What is up? We are back in the house for another Toss One Back Thursday. Myself, Todd, and we got Shannon back tonight to have a few drinks and have a little fun and talk about what we talk about. So,
whatever that is,
wherever we start and wherever we end, we never know. But as always, we just try to keep it entertaining. So hopefully you guys definitely enjoy, and hopefully you guys are having a good week. So great to have you back. Great to have Shannon. It's been a while since you've been up on here.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's been ditching us. So
What'd you say?
She's been ditching us.
Yeah.
No,
she had better things to do.
No, I want to come on. I'm like, I don't know if I can be good enough. So, like, I'm not good enough, but not naughty. I don't know if I can not be too naughty.
Is there a two? Is there a two?
According to YouTube, there is.
Not PG-13 enough.
Yeah.
Trying to drive for that TVMA, but don't you worry. If we go
NC-17.
If we go TVMA, we got you covered. We'll just throw that right up there for you, just so that people are aware.
Viewer discretion
advised.
I probably should leave that up anyway because you never know where it's going to end up when we do the show anyway. But,
there you go. It's out of the way. Nobody,
But if you're a kid, why you shouldn't be a kid watching people drink anyway? Don't drink. It's bad for you.
I'm going to be very creative with my words tonight.
That's on them.
That should be interesting. I feel a new episode of Deadwood's coming up.
New episode of what?
Deadwood. She says she's being creative with her words.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm gonna. You'll know what I'm saying.
Was last time though.
Yeah, I'm gonna be creative with my words.
It's going to be like a tallywhacker Ben Snyder type thing.
Now, right.
Those
are memorable.
No, I know, but it's just odd.
You put the tallywhacker in the Ben Snyder. That would put him pop.
I feel like my mom wasn't comfortable with saying the actual words, so she had to make words up for it.
She probably wasn't the only parent that did that, though. Some parents aren't comfortable in those.
Right. With my daughter, I told her, like, this is what they're called, and
it is what it is.
Which is now interesting because some parents don't want the schools to tell them stuff either. So who's going to tell them? Because some parents aren't. So
right.
Yeah, there goes the teenage pregnancy rate again. Right? It's like
yeah.
All the guys are back to playing. Just a tip. And you know what happens. You know what happens when you play that game. So. They were like us Gen Xers with the rhythm method. They don't have any rhythm, so.
Never understood just the tip. Why bother?
That's like saying one beer, right? Yeah, it's not going to be just one beer. Nobody has just one beer.
Yeah.
So.
Just one more,
just
a little more.
Do it or don't. Do it or don't.
Shout out to Gilbert in the house. Cheers, Gilbert. Big Daddy's in early too. Cheers, sipping a PBR Extra, looking good, Shannon. There you go.
Oh, thanks.
And then JT's in the house. Hello, beer drinkers. Cheers, JT. Yeah, Shannon got her hair all did. I was just talking to her about that.
No,
as well.
I've been doing it like this. I just haven't been here for a while.
Yeah.
You got some kind of like curling thing. It takes like 5 seconds to do, and that's really good when she does it though.
She's coming back in like she's freaking Mrs. Ric Flair over there, styling her profile and so I might as well give her the music. She's gonna be Ric Flair. Go ahead, Miss Flair.
If I could move, I'd do one. I can throw you on the floor and stomp on you. Act like I'm stomping on your face.
Oh, so today I was starting to tell you. So today was one of those days you go to work and it's just like one thing goes to the next thing, goes to the next thing, goes to the next thing, and it's just like start considering why is there a punching bag in the office? Like I can really get some tension out right now. So
you could put one up. I mean, your office is where you're sitting anyway.
I could actually in my gym downstairs there is one, but it was just like God, like
that's too much effort to do that though.
It's one of those days that we're just like building on top of it. So I'm like, I know what I need to do. I need to take a little walk over to the corner store Give me some shitty ass beer. Not shitty ass beer, but not a top grade beer. Right. Because I don't want to waste that first taste on something good. And I know it's going to be just like, I'm still going to get some of the negative vibes out.
Just so get the job done.
It was almost close to being a malt liquor. I almost grabbed her just to have a malt liquor.
That would have been
a
really bad day.
but then they started getting Genesee Ice in at my little corner store.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
I've never had it.
I grabbed a Genesee Ice. So obviously,
get here is the regular cream ale.
We get the regular cream ale.
And the green can. That's the only ones we get here.
And they just started getting the ice there. One of my local spots is funny. I went to this thing Sunday and popped in. I put that picture up of some of the beers I got. And one of the guys was looking for beer. And he's like, oh, budget's kind of tight. I'm trying to figure out what I want. I don't want to spend too much, whatever. And he was looking at the 12-pack of the Genesee Cream Ale. He's like, I usually like getting this. I said, yeah, that's not bad. They had the Genesee Bock Ale too, Spring Bock. And I said, well, they do pretty good craft stuff, so that's $10.99 for a 12-pack there. He said, if you like box, that'd be something there. And the guy was like, oh, really? Okay. I think I'll get to you. Went ahead and grabbed it and went on his way. I've been in 3 or 4 stores where I point out beers people just went ahead and bought. Like, they should be paying me a commission to recommend beers in some of these stores because I could easily find out what people want and get them what they need.
Yeah, because just the regular Genesee, I was getting a 12-pack for like $8.99.
So I've had that before?
Yeah, I was buying it there for a little while when he was, coming on the show a while back before you started drinking.
Well, it must be okay because I don't remember it being bad.
It's a good cream ale, but it's one of the originals, I guess you could say. Wouldn't you say, Rod? It's kind of one of the OG cream ales, sort of.
Yeah, the Genesee Cream Ale is like one of the ones that people talk about as being one of their favorites and one of the early ones of it. So, yeah.
But I was buying it at Total Wine right down the street from work, but the last few times I've been in there, I've not seen it. So I don't know if they carry it anymore or not.
You know what's funny? You mentioned Total Wine. And I said before, like you said, you go to Total Wine and you never get anything like from them. Did you join their club?
I joined their thing, but I don't get anything. I never get anything from them.
I just got to think.
My number every time I check out when I go. And they're like, okay. So I never get an email or nothing from them. I don't know.
Because I remember you telling me that. So this week they sent me a thing, free $10 off of purchase of 1001 or more. So I'm like, I can go in there and buy a 6-pack of beer almost, and it'll be on them or something. So
maybe the next time I go, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, Rod J, send some good stuff."
Do you have his number? If you have his number, then just give him his number, and then you can get his coupon.
Oh, for the.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what's your number, Rod?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a number.
Yeah, it's weird because I get like wine 20% off or stuff like that. He sends stuff all the time, it seems, but
maybe it goes into my spam. Maybe I just need to check my spam mail.
Yeah. Because you gotta have some points on there if you're going there, so you should.
I got some points, but I ain't got enough points to get anything. I guess.
Well, then it's not actually a problem.
I don't go that often anyway because it's hit and miss when you go there.
I don't either. That's the funny thing. They're just.
I know. Hey. What you said. I was like, how are you getting all these things?
Yeah, I think the last time I went there was when I got just to see if they had any of the Bourbon County. So that was that Friday or afternoon or that Saturday that I went up there after Black Friday. So
now now that you say that, I was there maybe a month ago and they had like 3 or 4 boxes. I want to say cases because I don't know if it's an actual case, but like boxes. Bourbon counties just stacked on top of each other, just the normal, like the regular. Still,
yeah, the one here still has Bourbon County, I believe. Too.
Yeah.
It's because somebody else came out with something that's more elusive.
I think they just came out with more of it, and people are just kind of more. Well, that too. They're just looking.
Well, I think it's lost his shine over there.
I think so too, a little bit, yeah. And then they come out with some of those off, the variants of $60 a bottle. Like, who wants to pay $60 a bottle for? I mean, I did a couple of years ago just for a couple of those, but I'm like, I didn't go this past year.
Wasn't worth it.
No. I was like,
yeah. I drew the line at $49.95 on the one I got, so I'll just leave it there. That was the 4 blend. That was the 4 Scotch blend. I got last year. Usually I wouldn't do that, but it was just like you couldn't find it anywhere. It was like one spot that had it, but I did find it. They were like $10 overpriced, and somebody else did get it later for $39. But
no,
c'est la vie.
that's kind of how I was, because I actually got up.
CLV.
I got up in that morning, Black Friday morning, and I was like, I'm already here at the liquor store. It was 7:30, right when they started waiting in line for.
Yeah.
There was only like 6 of us, but I was like 6 out of 6, and the first 5 got the stuff I probably wasn't gonna buy anyway because they were the expensive stuff a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It was available. I was like, I'm already here, so I already waited, and I might as well just buy it. So
Make
it
it
was like
worth
one
it.
time, but I didn't go last year, although I did pick up a couple bottles, but I just saw them when I was out, so I just got them while I was out, but I didn't get up to go get them.
Well, it was kind of like in my mind, I'm like, because of all the discounts I got over the years, it works its way out. So I feel like I'm still ahead.
Exactly.
And still, all the discounts I've got, I'm still ahead,
Yes. I'll be like, I'll save this money here to be like, okay, to justify I'll spend this money over here. I'm like, we haven't been doing this, or we can not do this, so this is okay. Yeah.
Gilbert's drinking a Delirium Tremens. So fancy, man, tonight.
Delirium. I like Delirium.
They did have the Delirium Black. I didn't end up getting it, but that was $30 a bottle. That was like a 25-ounce bottle, I think, of it. So it wasn't too bad. So I may pick that back up again if it's still there, because I haven't had that version. Drinking an excellent curl of Fest beer, by Brauerei Heller from National Raspberry Month. You know what? They had
Say that again, Rod.
Yeah, really. Let's do one more time.
Let's just say which one was I think it's like Brauerei. It was Brauerei. I learned how to say it years ago, but I haven't went back to check it. But it's,
what country is that from? Germany?
Germany. Yeah.
Yeah, German.
But Excellent Curl had a new version of their rock beer out that I saw as well, but I didn't pick it up. That's something. If you like smoked beers, that's like the best brewery that does it. So,
since you're out there now, do you get the?
I agree, JT. Every month.
Daggone it! I just thought you were getting them at Jungle Gyms. The stouts that come out in like 4 or 5 at a time in variants or whatever, once a year.
Which ones? You talking about Big Bad Baptist or?
Yeah. Yes.
Do
you get those there now that you're?
Yeah, we get them here. They're still on shelves, like here.
Are they really? See,
yeah.
Get them here.
I can try to find some to get you. See if I can get you some if you want.
Are they the variants from last year? Is that what they are?
No, they still got some from this year. I think still. I think it's like.
Well, they just come out. They didn't come out until. They don't come out until late fall, though, right?
They come out like it's around the same time around Black Friday and stuff.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ones you're seeing now are the ones from this past.
Right.
One. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So those ones, but I still got like 18 and 19. I think I still got to crack open. So.
And it's funny because we went a couple of years ago to Bryson City in Tennessee, or not in Tennessee, but North Carolina. And walked into looked like a little old country store, and they had all kinds of like big bad Baptists. And I was like, I got to get some of those. Like, we used to get them. We used to get some of their stuff here, but we don't get it anymore.
Yeah, their distribution might have shifted, but those are always nice when you find those little stores like that, and it's like, what did I just walk into? It's like
I know
the secret door.
I'll take them.
And then we come out there.
Looked like the little shop at the
like a general store.
It was a general store, yeah. But it was like the Cracker Barrel shop you go into. Yeah. You know, that's kind of what it looked like. And they sold beer, and it was a beer shop, and it looked like a Cracker Barrel.
I feel like sometimes I make those guys' days. It's just like, oh, okay, where am I at now? All right, well, I got to load up the car. So I come back with a car full, and they're like, wow, you got a lot of beer. Like, it's like, yeah. You got to get it and road trip it when you can.
Good.
Well, shout out to PA. Paul's in the house. Craig's birthday. Oh, cheers. Nice. Tell Craig it's a happy birthday.
Yeah, I saw he had a stream going earlier today.
Why didn't you tell me?
Uh-oh. That's why her hair was done. That's why her hair was done.
Craig's birthday.
Emerson in the house. Cheers, homie. What's up, Rod Todd? Shout out to San Hearts, Mike Lemonade. It is brutal on the palate. I really like it. Cheers. There you go. Yeah, he's rocking that out right there. So, Are you putting that in the Stein, my friend? Emerson won. I got one of the Steins for winning the trivia. I got to do another trivia show. I got to put that together. So
Yeah,
that was a fun time to do something like that. So
send me the answers beforehand. So
you not winning just proves it wasn't rigged. So it wasn't like it wasn't the NBA. Like I don't know if you saw the NBA like a couple of days ago about the bad call and Mark Cuban is now protesting the game or whatever and how the refs screwed that up and Luca gave him like, oh, you got money on the game sign, So yeah, that was kind of a crazy screw up, but that was fun. So we got to make more of an announcement, do another trip, but that was the first preliminary time to do it. So you missed that one, Shannon. We had a
I know.
fun time
I probably would have beat your all.
You probably would have, because you just been like,
I would have beat y'all's behind.
What did Todd answer? I'll do the opposite. So yeah.
No, I'm a good guesser.
No, you probably would have won, because if you did the
guesser.
opposite, I was behind in that one.
People think I'm smart, and I'm really not. I'm just a good guesser.
That's all you need, right? Like the SAT, they said if you don't know, guess it.
That's right.
Most common answer C. So that's what people took it. So let me crack this beer open. Todd, what beer are you drinking there?
I'm drinking my third and final variant of this one from Listerman that I drank a couple weeks ago on the show.
Oh, okay.
So this one is the I'm turn it the other way. Imperial Operation Flintstock Chocolate Pecan.
Oh, nice.
However you pronounce that.
Pecan
or pecan, yes.
Yeah.
Bourbon barrel aged imperial pastry stout coming in at a light 12% ABV.
There you go. Yeah, Blake in the house. Cheers, Blake. Look, thanks, my friend. Unlike Arkansas, I saw they pretty much fell apart there, but hey, they made it to the Sweet 16.
I was gonna say, at least your team made it to this weekend anyway.
Let's talk that for a second. So many years, and I've been around many of years. I've done brackets for tournaments. I don't think I've ever had a tournament start as bad as I did this year.
I know.
And on one hand, it was exciting to see. On the other hand, I'm just like, I know nothing about college basketball anymore.
So I filled out 2 brackets for work.
Yeah.
I thought I was doing so bad. I was like, I'm not even looking anymore. So I looked today, and my secondary bracket, which wasn't even my main one, I'm actually like in 6th place, and I still have a chance to win the whole thing as long as Houston wins it all. If Houston wins it all, then I'm gonna win. But I don't think they will, just because they're hurt. They got like 2 starters out. So
yeah, it'll be interesting. I think on the one that we have, it was only me and you that did the one bracket thing, and I'm like ahead. But Houston wins. If Houston wins, you're going to get me. If Gonzaga makes it to the finals, then I think I get you. So, but I would have had them losing to Purdue. I can't say Purdue's the biggest disappointment of an NCAA tournament because that has to go to Virginia still when they lost to the 16 seed, and then
you're right, yeah.
15 seed this year. I don't know what the hell they're doing down there, but I thought for Purdue was going to be their year to make a good run.
Yeah, I was going to say Purdue for sure was the bottom out of all the bottom outs for sure.
I'm like, you got a 7'4" dude that's like standing over everyone. If you're not getting him the ball, then somebody else has to step up and make the shots.
Like the total out to him was the shoulders, like just throw it up and let him turn around and just lay it in or whatever. He's not
that talented. Maybe he's just tall.
He gets. That's all you got to be and tall. Turn around and just dunk the ball. So
he's got a little bit of talent, but I don't know how.
He started playing basketball late, but they were throwing people at him, but they were all like down around his knees and navel and stuff like that and everything. But I'm like, if 2 or 3 people on him, then other people are open. So people have to make shots.
That's what I was going to say. The bad thing was he still scored like 21 points in that game, but they kind of took like the Indiana approach when they played him both times. It was like, just kind of let him get his and just shut everybody else down. Just don't let him make threes. Don't let him shoot. Don't do anything. And just,
Yeah. And speaking
of offense or the defense.
The defense. Would just let Zach, big, tall dude. Just let everybody else shut everybody else down and just take them out of the game. And that's kind of what they did both times. And I think that's what a lot of teams did. It wasn't like they just discovered it,
but they were still beating teams, but it was just and freaking Indiana. Is it Woodson? Mike Woodson's the dude's name that does that one. Does he have like any expression where he's like, I don't, like, doesn't look like I don't know what the hell I'm doing out here? Every time you look at him, he's like he's lost when you see him like on the sidelines.
Oh, poor buddy.
Oh yeah. Well, I think he still a little bit has that NBA mentality to him.
He looks like he's just out there not having an idea what to do every time they show the camera on him or something. He's looking at just like.
He does kind of look dumbfounded. And early on last year, when he didn't have the talent to put in there, he was trying to do that 5-man rotation thing. You know, kind of like how the NBA does. Like the second quarter is the second five comes in and plays. He was kind of trying to do that approach, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
And now it's like he's not. I don't know. I didn't feel like he developed some of the young guys that like he should have, because they were all like, you know, pretty good recruits. So it wasn't like they weren't talented. They just weren't. Other than the freshman guard that started, who's probably going to go pro this year anyway, because he was, you know, a top 10 recruit or whatever. So, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
See, but with them to have 4 seniors on the team, and basically all of them were 5 or 6 year players, except for Jackson Davis, but he was still a senior. So they should have went further than getting beat in the second game.
This is, I mean, again, them, Virginia, Arizona, it was just like, it was crazy. Just some of the stuff, not even counting some of the other upsets that took place, but it was just like a crazy, phenomenal thing. And then it's like, now I feel myself like, I hope Princeton does go for it. I hope it screws up everybody else. You know,
I hope they win it all.
Yeah. Hope they don't come down to earth this weekend. Yeah, stay up there, keep playing, boys.
Might as well.
The last time they won the
Princeton?
whole thing.
I don't think they've ever won.
Oh yeah, they won. They won back in like the 60s.
Probably not.
I think they were like this their first Sweet 16, but they won a title before. But the Sweet 16 wasn't something they did back then.
That was back when Purdue claimed their national title before it was an actual national title.
Who did Princeton beat the other night when you were watching it? And Princeton was playing another team, and
they beat Arizona, maybe.
I think
it was Arizona. Yeah.
And I told you, I was like, who goes to Princeton to play basketball? Like, you don't go to Princeton to play basketball. You go to Princeton to be like, you know, go to like an Ivy League college and like. So I'm like, I don't feel like they're the ones that, like, I'd be ashamed if Princeton beat me.
You occasionally you'll get some pro players out of Ivy League schools, football and basketball. But yeah, if you're a total athlete, you're probably not getting. You're not going there most likely because most total athletes aren't that smart to get in.
And that's what I told Todd. I was like, I'd like to know the majors of all these guys on the Princeton basketball team. Like, what are they majoring in? You know, I'm like.
Well, they also only have one chance. They have to win their conference tournament to even make it. Yeah. One out of, you know, however many Ivy League schools, 10 or 8 or whatever it is.
Oh, get the birthday boy in the chat. Cheers, Craig. Happy birthday, my friend.
Happy birthday. How old are you? 36.
Craig's a young fella.
Happy 21st. No.
Yeah.
32.
Wait, he's like, Kent. Yeah, Craig was always funny because I don't know if you knew Shannon, I know Todd. Like, so when Craig would start doing his stuff, everybody kept calling him Kent. And his name was Craig. And when I talked to him, he's like, "Oh yeah, but it's Craig." But I just let it go. Like, well, if it's not your name, tell people it's not your name.
Kent is the town he lives in, right?
Right, it's that right.
Yeah, we had that conversation. Yeah.
And so we'd be on streams, and they'd be like saying Kent to him, like his name is Craig. I'd be like, his name is Craig, and Craig he wouldn't say anything.
Right.
They're like, who? I'm like, you keep saying Kent. His name is Craig. Like, they're like, is it? And he's like, well. Yeah, it is. They're like, what?
They'd be like, but it says Kent. What do you mean? Like,
he lives near Sandwich.
Yeah, we talk. Yeah,
he lives near Sandwich. Yeah.
Sandwich. Speaking of sandwich, what's your favorite sandwich? If you could only have one sandwich, what sandwich would it be?
A BLT.
Oh, she knew it right off the bat too.
Absolutely, a BLT all day, every day.
What about you, Todd? And in the chat, you got a favorite sandwich? Let me know your favorite sandwich. I'm curious.
Any kind, I would.
So I had a super sandwich for dinner. I was just not really feeling it today, so I said, super sandwich will work.
I know what I like.
I would say Shannon's going, this is plain Jane.
A grilled cheese.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Forever, like a grilled cheese. Or probably. Or I was going to say, at first I was going to say.
When you said plain Jane, I was going to say peanut butter and jelly.
Or
I probably like a peanut butter and jelly. I mean, grilled cheese is good.
What I was going to say before that was maybe a meatball sub, but then I was
That's
thinking,
a little bit more exciting than a grilled cheese, honestly.
Yeah.
But is a sub a sandwich?
I don't know.
Now you're stretching it more out.
Yes, it is.
I
mean, it's. Oh, now we're really tempting the gods.
Now I'm like, is a sub a sub? No, a sub because the sub.
It's a sub. It's like
it's not connected, right? Like it's got a top.
It's connected. No, it's connected. Connected bread and a sub.
A sub sandwich is like a hot dog.
We have way bigger problems to worry about than just this sandwich.
Now, if you're talking about a Dagwood sandwich, it might be a top and a bottom. You know, you put
A what?
A Dagwood.
Yeah.
See, the only way I know a Dagwood is from Penn Station, and the Dagwood is the one you can make your own toppings. I didn't know that was actually a sandwich.
Now, see, Penn Station is top and bottom too.
Sometimes, but sometimes it breaks apart because you have too many toppings.
Yeah. Penn Station lies to you. They tell people that's a Philly cheesesteak, and it's like that is not a Philly cheesesteak. Anybody from Philly is like, that's not a Philly cheesesteak, but some people just don't know they're being lied to out there.
Hence is why I went with the grilled cheese, because you can make a gourmet grilled cheese, and you can do a bunch of things with that.
I think the other day I found out my favorite sandwich was, and I never did it until now, but I've always liked chicken salad, but I've done it on toasted. I did it on toasted bread. It was the crunch, everything. It was really good. So,
see, do you like eating, say if you just eat a ham sandwich or a turkey sandwich, do you like it on just regular bread, or do you like to put it on a bun?
If I got buns, I would use buns, but usually regular bread is what I'll just throw it on.
See, I like to buy buns just for that reason, just to eat sandwiches on a bun.
I can appreciate that. What kind of bun though? Because there is a difference. Like the brioche. The brioches are pretty bomb. They're pretty bomb.
The brioche buns, not just your regular old hamburger buns. I always get the brioche. Because I'm bougie like that,
Have you done a fried bologna on a brioche bun?
Come on, Rod. Really? Is that a serious question?
But okay. Talking about sandwiches.
Yes, I have, as a matter of fact.
You have?
Oh, wait. You got an air fryer?
I do.
Fry some bologna in there, because that'll change your world, Rod. That'll change your world.
Maybe.
No, it will. Maybe about it will.
But see, my problem with a bun with a sandwich is like even when I go to Arby's and I get a roast beef, I take part of the meat off because I like the bun, but there's got to be a bun meat ratio. So I feel like if you have a sandwich with a brioche bun, you have to put so much meat on it to counteract the bread.
Yeah, but I like the bread
to get the right.
Yeah.
So,
one, you can never have too much. You can never have too much meat on a sandwich. You can never have too much meat on a sandwich for one.
I like the bread. I like to taste the bread and the mayonnaise. The meat is just an accent. But
the meat is just an accent. The meat's the main ingredient. It's the star of the show. Right. It's the star of the show.
But if I'm really gonna have a sandwich,
what's your
lettuce, tomato, onions, mayonnaise, bacon's the meat, but I like all of that stuff. Like sour cream. I love Mexican food, but I will not eat it without sour cream. Sour cream is almost the star of the show.
Sour cream? On what though? On a sandwich?
In food.
On anything, it doesn't matter. She'll dump a whole tub on a burrito, and you can't even see the burrito.
If you're putting it on a potato skin, I can see that.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what else you really have sour cream. Really,
a burrito, a taco, anything Mexican.
I don't usually put sour cream on. I guess I like the hot sauces. I put the sauce.
Yeah.
You can do both, Rod. You can do both.
Well, yeah, you can, but then I like to take my time with it. So I like the hot. I like the spice. So Shaddy's got a Miller Lite, as you all just saw there too.
Drinking. I don't get too fancy.
I didn't get fancy. I'll tell you what. For the day I've had, the Genesee Ice is actually not a bad way to start today.
What's the ABV on that one?
Just 5.5, 5.5. But I feel like I'm coming out of it. Like sometimes you got to get down in the dumps to feel better. You got to get down and
Yes, you got to have something that's not that great to
yeah,
appreciate.
to appreciate, right? So
Yeah.
I just slop it down a little bit to come back up here in a bit with the other
There you
stuff.
go.
I got. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sometimes one step back is two steps forward. So just
There you
saying.
go. You should.
Dee Dee's in the house. What up, Rod? Hello,
No.
Todd, and hello, Queen Shannon. He said many years, Rod, I thought you were going into the Fritz the Cat monologue. I've traveled like many women. One thing I know. That's funny.
One thing I know is
Yeah.
Okay. So we can finish that sentence. One. What I laid many women, and what was the other thing?
He said, I've traveled and I laid many a women, and one thing I know is.
Let's finish that sentence in Rod's perspective. If Rod said, I traveled and I laid many women, one thing I know is
beer.
One thing I know is nobody can do it better than me.
There you go.
From you. Like, I feel like that's how you would finish the sentence.
Oh, that's how I finish it. You think I was on? No, I don't think I would say that. What do you think?
I mean, that's just my perspective. I'm not saying you would or you
I
wouldn't.
I said what I thought you would say is, and the one thing I know is beer.
Yeah. They could both work.
Okay.
Cheers, Dee Dee. Everyone, cheers. Wait a long time. I'm as young as you want me to be, Craig says.
Oh.
Craig. Craig, Todd is right here.
Right, as you know, nobody cares if I'm sitting here or not.
Craig is 3,000 miles away.
Oh, man. That's funny. Thin Lizzy voted Ireland. Was Thin Lizzy vote Ireland? Oh, voted Ireland's best band. Really?
Oh, Thin Lizzy is a band?
But isn't U2? U2's Ireland, right? I would think U2 would be the best band.
I am so into music right now. I love that Thin Lizzy.
Yeah, Thin Lizzy.
Are they from Ireland? They're from.
I was thinking they were Irish. I mean, I thought they were out.
I think
they have an Essentials album on Apple. So
you've heard of Thin Lizzy?
No, I've never heard it. I mean, I might know a song. I don't know.
They've been around for a while.
Boys Are Back in Town. They sing that.
I might be wrong on U2. I just thought they were for some reason.
I'm sure.
Well, it says the list of the greatest and most popular Irish rock bands ever. Dropkick Murphys was on there, which I've heard of them before. Flogging Molly, My Buddy Valentine, the Boomtown Rats, the Coors, the Cranberries is Irish.
I love the Coors and the Cranberries.
Oh yeah, U2's from Dublin.
Dublin, yeah, that's what I thought they were. Going down through the Waterboys, Thin Lizzy is on the list. Stiff Little Fingers, Snow Patrol. Yeah, U2.
Oh,
I'm surprised U2 wouldn't be the biggest.
Stiff Little
or
Fingers.
voted on. Maybe not to voted on. Maybe because it's the whole Metallica thing, thinking they sold out or something now. Maybe that's why people are like, oh, you're too big now. We can't vote for you.
Yeah, right. Probably.
Yeah, probably. So haters gonna hate.
That's been like my question now. Like when we go out, I'm like, what's your favorite song? What's your favorite band? Like, so I'm like wanting to hear all the new news. Not new to me.
New to you?
Yeah.
Come on, Craig. Yeah, Friday reference. I got you there, Blake. Come on, Craig.
Yeah. You got fired on your day off.
They need to fix it so they get that last movie done. They're fighting with Warner Brothers or something on it.
Oh my God. I mean,
the Final Friday.
1990 something.
Yeah, they got the Final Friday they're finishing. Chris Tucker's coming back for it even.
Oh.
But they've been having contract issues. Gilbert says, I love a good sandwich. I'm with you there.
What's your favorite sandwich?
Well, I said as a sandwich, it's probably chicken salad on toast. As a sandwich. Now, I don't consider a sub or a hoagie in the sandwich category.
And you don't have to. You can pick whatever sandwich you want to.
That's
A
why
sandwich is like a pick up and go. Like that's like the little white bread type thing. Pick it up, go, or wheat or rye or however you want to do it. I've never done really pastrami on rye. A lot of people like pastrami on rye. For the first time, I had corned beef a couple weeks ago. It actually wasn't bad.
See, I would surprise you said BLT. I thought you would say a fish sandwich.
Well, I mean,
Tuna fish or like
categories of sandwiches. Like I feel like a sandwich, when you ask what's your favorite sandwich,
See,
it's something you could just like get in the refrigerator and make.
I'd love to try like one of those pimento cheese sandwiches from Augusta. At Augusta, great, you know.
Oh, just pimento. Yeah. What's funny, pimento cheese. We had a thing where we were watching The Last of Us, and I would actually set up a little snack tray while we were watching it. So we like a snack tray on wine, and we got pimento cheese, and that pimento cheese was good. I've never really had pimento cheese. I picked it up at the store. We decided to put it out there. You put on crackers, whatever like that, and everything. That's pretty damn good stuff.
I got to be honest. I've not had very much of it either, so I don't know. But I've always heard like the pimento cheese. Well,
must have been my growing up because I've had pimento cheese sandwiches.
And you didn't like it?
Well, I'm not a big cheese
that's
person.
true. You're not a big cheese.
Yeah.
Where I used to work at, one of the guys got a chance to go to Augusta for the Masters to watch it, and he come back and he's like, "That pimento cheese is so good." It was only like $1.50 or $2 or something. He's like, their prices of their concessions was like really
because pimento cheese isn't too expensive, so
yeah. And he was like, it was phenomenal. I was like, man, and I've always heard it was really good. I was like, I don't know what they do to theirs, but I'd like to.
Chicken salad is a good answer, though. I love
chicken salad. A good chicken salad on a toasted bread. Yeah, it's pretty solid.
See, I like toasted bread only. Like we had BLTs the other night, and he's like, "You want your bread toasted?" And I'm like, "Is the bread soft? Like if the bread is super soft, then I don't want it toasted. Like it's got to be like fresh out of the loaf, and it just is all squishy. But if it's like not super soft, then yeah, I'll toast it."
See, I'm like you, Rod. I like it toasted. Maybe that's why I said grilled cheese because. You toast the bread, you know.
Well, it's funny. It was
no.
I love a grilled cheese.
No, I know that. No, I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying I think that might have been part of why I was like, okay, because I do like to, even just like a ham and cheese or turkey or whatever. I like it.
Right.
I like to toast the breads.
Well, it's funny because I never toasted it for a chicken salad thing. It was just like, I was like, I wonder if I toast this, what it'll taste like. And it was just like levels above just having a chicken salad on a sandwich.
Do you have a chicken salad chick where you live?
Chicken salad chick? Like a chick that
restaurant.
makes chicken salad? Oh, different.
Well, I don't know. It's like,
I thought it was a side chick that made chicken
like
salad.
Super fast food, but it's not like a go in and sit down restaurant.
But it has a drive-thru.
Yeah, it's got a drive-thru.
So I consider that fast
But
food.
they have like all these different kinds of chicken salad. You can get it toasted.
Never heard of that. No.
Yeah, it's called Chicken Salad Chick. They just opened here like maybe last fall or something. I think.
And then they have, like the broccoli salad with like the broccoli salad. It's got like some cheese sprinkled on it. It's got like a sweet sauce. Oh my God, it's so good.
I'm not a broccoli. Broccoli makes me.
Oh, I love broccoli.
I've never eaten there, but her and our daughter's eaten there couple times.
Yeah, well, I usually just get like the plain classic chicken salad. Well, I had this resident and her family came and got her and took her. They were going to go to Panera Bread. They're like, "You want anything?" I'm like, "No, I don't want anything." Well, then they went out and they ended up going to Chicken Salad Chick, and they brought me back this chicken salad I've never had before. It had more ingredients. I'm like, "Oh my God, it's so good." Had like like boiled eggs in it and like celery and.
We're doing a little too much at that point.
That's a bougie chicken salad.
I'm afraid there better not been no raisins in it.
I do not do that.
Draw the line somewhere.
I like everything. I don't like Brussels sprouts and I don't like raisins.
Well, speaking of his new establishments, you guys are about to get a step up on your sub game there when Wawa opens up. So you'll be able to get the shorties and the subs.
Where's that going to be at? And when? Do you know?
No, I know I thought it was some point later this year, but I think Louisville's getting it. I know Cincinnati up in that area because people were telling me they're about to get a Wawa up there. So,
see,
but of course you are because I moved.
Isn't like it's like a gas station too, right?
That's what it is. Yeah,
it was like a
7-Eleven.
Stop at a gas station. Yeah,
we went to Buc-ee's.
I've not been to a Buc-ee's, but I heard Buc-ee's.
Don't go. It's not that. It's not worth it.
I heard Buc-ee's is like on steroids. Like people seem to love Buc-ee's when they go in there.
I did not enjoy it at all.
But she doesn't like being around a bunch of people and stuff, so she gets anxious or whatever.
Well,
so she doesn't like that. But I went in and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
It's
but
like it's like a Walmart of convenience stores from what I've seen. Yeah,
it's a Walmart of truck stops, which doesn't allow trucks.
And it was all.
But I will say the food there was pretty good. Like the brisket sandwich was.
It was just like
pretty good.
Walmart has some order. Like they have aisles and you go down. Like it was just like people were like, when you go in, you go down. If you're going to go this way, you stay on the right side. If you go on this side, you're going to stay on the left side. Well, they're just like zigzagging all over the place. I'm like, I need to get the hell out of
basically
it's like a free for all.
It's basically a giant
truck stop without the trucks.
Giant truck stop, but it's a giant like Cracker Barrel store times 100. You know what I mean? Like there's no
so it's trucker a lot lizard free.
They got like 120 something gas pumps.
They
do.
It
was great. It was crowded. It was crazy.
Wow. But also I was a little like maybe if they had it like their merchandise is very like aimed towards a certain clientele.
Oh yeah.
And I was not that clientele. So I was like, if I could have enjoyed this place, if I was like really gonna try, like I'm out.
Was this on the way to Tennessee?
On the way home.
Yeah, it's in Kentucky, in Corbin, Kentucky, I think.
Richmond, I think.
Maybe
it was Richmond. Yeah, it was right in that area. Yeah, I think it was Richmond that you say that.
I mean, it's t-shirts and food. The food wasn't bad. Spices, like they had a lot, but it just wasn't like I could just go to fucking Target. Could go to Target. Just like you don't have to deal with all this chaos.
Don't worry, we got the logo above Todd's head, so you're good.
Okay. I'm so disappointed in myself.
I was going the other way.
You've been doing good. I mean, you're like an hour in almost.
I know. Yeah.
I know, but I was like, I was going to do it, and I screwed it up.
Okay.
I'm still going to try.
It's been this many minutes since the F-bomb's been dropped by Shannon. Yeah. Put the sign up again.
Yeah.
Big Daddy says Philly cheesesteak, but see, I'm not going to put a Philly cheesesteak in the sandwich category. Now in the subcategory, I'll move the Philly cheesesteak over to that because that's a great sub to have.
Yeah, so we should have been like more like we're going to have two categories.
More specific.
Your favorite sandwich and your favorite sub.
You see, Blake says fried bologna sandwich for the win.
I wouldn't disagree with you on that one.
With pepper jack or something good. Yeah. I do like pepper jack. So I had on my ham sandwich tonight. 4D win. French dip all day. Cheers. I see French dip. It's a French dip sandwich.
That like the all.
But I'm gonna it says French dip sandwich, but I'm gonna move that over kind of like into a subcategory.
I would think so too.
But it's kind of like it's kind of like
specific.
It's kind of like a wheat ale in beer. It's kind of not really an ale or a lot. It's kind of like this special off category.
Right.
It's kind of like you could put a French dip over here with like the open roast beef sandwich. Like, what do you do with the open roast beef sandwich?
Right.
It's called a sandwich, but there's no top to it, and it's on bread. So
right, is it really
it's
a sandwich?
open, but is it still a sandwich?
So complicated.
Because you can't pick it up. It's got all the gravy. I like it.
Yeah, it'll be all over your hand. It'll be all dripping down. Yeah, you can't.
Right.
But that's like my sandwich. When I get like
Open-faced
any kind of
sandwich.
a burger or any, I'm like, give me all the toppings, and I'll pick it up, and I like all like the condiments, and I put so much. Like I'll pick it up, and I'm just like dripping with like mayonnaise or tartar sauce. So it would be good to eat that with a fork.
You would a fork and knife for that, but is it still
if
a sandwich?
If I was a barbarian, I would do that.
It's kind of like pizza. You can eat pizza. You can eat pizza with a fork and knife, but at some point, is it still pizza? Now, if you're eating a deep dish, I guess it is. But when I think of pizza, you got to be able to hold it and fold it, baby.
That's right.
And then you have the oil dripping. Then you have the oil dripping down.
But what do you like on your pizza? Like I have all the toppings are like thicker than like I want everything on there except for anchovies.
What happened to the proportion? I thought you were doing proportion sizes and stuff.
Yeah, but even so, it's like
not anymore. It's out the window.
Not on pizza.
Oh, I don't know what we're talking about, but that's fair.
No, you were saying
on the sandwich you took meat off
stuff with the other things, and so now you're saying
no,
pizza,
like
you want it piled up.
Well, my pizza, if I like,
I know, that's what I said. It's out the window.
Like I can't like pick my pizza, my slice of pizza. If you're just doing like sausage and pepperoni and you have like 5 or less toppings, then yeah, you can pick that up and eat it.
So here's my best topping mix for a pizza that I actually got when I came to Baltimore. One of the places you can get. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
It was so freaking good. It was steak, jalapeno, and pineapple.
Really?
And it's done on not just a marinara sauce, but they have a special like sweet red sauce it's done on.
Where did you get the pizza at?
Here in Baltimore, one of the pizza places.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can design your own toppings.
Yeah, now,
I was
now
like,
we can't get it. Thanks, Ryan.
And it's the steak like they would use for Philly cheesesteaks. Oh, it is so freaking good. Like
That sounds amazing. Thank you.
yeah. Because you get the sweet, and you get the sweet, and you get the spice, and yeah.
Oh, no, but
I mean,
when
if
he
you
I
get
could
said-
probably go with that with some pineapple.
When
Now,
he
but I'm not
said-
usually like a pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
Yeah. It's the right
I think
combination
that
to use the
steak
pineapple.
and
It's the right one you
jalapeno.
got to do it with.
when he said the best, I'm like, I wonder if he's going to say pineapple, because if he says pineapple, I am all in.
Yeah, it's working the pineapple in the right mix. Like I'm not trying to do like a sausage, pineapple, or pepper, but you can
Right.
do it with the steak, with the pepper, and the pineapple because they all
Right,
play
yeah.
off each other. Or if you're
Sure.
doing like an Hawaiian type style where you have the ham and
Maybe I just need to try it more because
Well,
pineapple is my favorite fruit. Like I like pineapple. I
But
love
I don't
pineapple,
think
but I don't know on pizza. Just kind of like I'm not sure.
I don't think the ingredients you like on a pizza, if you just added pineapple, it would do anything for you, because it wouldn't like mesh with the other things that you
Yeah, but I could go with what he just said. Though,
Right,
for
yeah.
sure.
like pineapple. Because I'm like, I will get a pizza, I'm like, give me every single topping you have on it. Well, and Italian sausage. I don't like Italian sausage, and I'm not a big on I don't like anchovies, but I mean,
I don't like anchovies.
so many and I'm like, give me extra pineapple. That's the ingredient. I'm like, give me extra of that, because it's the sweet and the sour and the savory and the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think pineapple with like bacon and stuff on it would be.
you would
could be
probably
salty or
like
whatever.
it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I've never tried it.
Well, they have
enough
a
to-
Hawaiian pizza, and it's like ham and pineapple. It has onions, which you wouldn't like, but
Yeah. Now my second favorite one is meatball because we can get that here on the pizza. Onion and jalapeno. I'm big on the spice. I'm big on the spice.
me too. I love
So it's like a meatball sub, but just on a pizza.
Yeah.
Well, Rod, so we went to this brewery called Noble Funk, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
have it's a very nice kind of upscale brewery.
Well, it used to be at a Kroger store.
Yeah, and they turned it.
And they turned it into a brewery. So just
In
think of a
downtown
Kroger
Louisville.
store. Yeah, it was like right in downtown Louisville.
It's a very like fancy looking inside, but they sell pizza, and they have like all these like crazy like combinations for the pizza. And I ordered one, and it had jalapenos on it. And I'm eating it, and I'm like, oh, this is so good. Well, one of them jalapenos must have
Nice
had
and
all
fresh.
the seeds in
All
it.
the seeds, baby. Bring me all the seeds.
Yeah, she immediately was like, oh, like you can see smoke
I'm
going
like,
out
I'm
of her
in
ear's like, what's the
pain.
matter?
I'm
Yeah,
in
she was
pain.
hurting. She was hurting. I was like, oh, this pizza was good. It was
Like,
good.
I'm not nearly as tough as I thought I was.
She was like, I'm done.
I love some jalapenos. Like
I love some jalapenos too.
I forgot what I was reading before back in the day, but like vitamin C, there's more vitamin C in jalapeno than there is in an orange. There was something they were talking to, like, 'cause it's so concentrated into it. But I love getting the spice. Like I cook it with the seeds and stuff, and it's just like I want the seeds in it because it gives it an extra spice flavor.
Just a few seeds though.
Oh,
Not
I go all whole. I
I love jalapenos.
just slice it and put it right in.
Right.
Smoke 'em.
So do you like olives? Green
No,
olives.
not a big
Okay.
fan of olives.
See, I don't dislike them, but I just don't think I don't think there's much flavor to them to really add anything
They have kind
to
of a
it. You know what I
tart,
mean?
sour taste to
I don't
them.
know. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
get these big old whole olives, and it has a clove of garlic and a piece of jalapeno in it.
Oh, there you go.
So good.
Yeah,
So good.
she likes olives. But you guys have like where you're at there too, because we were Kroger's like the olive bars. So we had that here too. Where a lot of grocery stores have olive bars now. They have
See,
stuffed
I love-
olives and all kinds of stuff.
Well, at what's that grocery store? That big Trader? No, the one in Cincinnati, the big grocery store.
Oh, Jungle Gyms.
Oh,
Jungle Gyms. Yeah,
Oh
they
my
have-
God, they gotta have a ton of olives there. Like,
Oh yeah, they're all
Yeah.
over the world.
See, I could probably live on olives. olives, but Todd and Kylie aren't big olive fans, so
Well,
I'm
she
like,
gets olives
she
on her
likes black
pizza.
olives.
Yeah, she likes
so
black
like
olives.
I'm like, I love any kind of olive.
Yeah.
No, I'll eat them, but if I can do without them, I'll just do without them. Because that, to me, they don't add anything.
Yeah, the only olive I have is olive oil. So
Yeah. Me
Olive
too.
oil.
Me too. Really.
Hey.
Me too. Really.
See, Dee Dee said Dagwood made the ultimate sandwich. Yeah, that's like all stacked up there. If you have a Dagwood, it's just like sit back and relax after that.
Yeah,
Pastrami on sweet and sour with Coleman's mustard, son. That's
Ooh, I do love
sandwich here.
Ooh, that sounds. I'm not a big.
But he said on sweet and sour, so I wonder if the bread is a sweet and sour type bread they have in Canada, maybe. But if I had pastrami, I would definitely say the mustard for sure. But I'm thinking it might be a spicy mustard. I'm hoping because I love a spicy mustard.
I love any mustard.
Coleman's. Yeah, I wonder what that is. Coleman's mustard.
Yeah. Like on a hot dog, do you prefer yellow mustard, like French's, or like spicy brown, like Gordon's?
Either one.
Oh, it's a big difference between the two. It can't be just either
Well,
one.
usually in my home, I only have the yellow mustard.
Right, but if you had to prefer, if you
the
spicy brown, yeah.
We don't eat it enough to buy the.
Right, yeah. And I'm perfectly happy with the yellow mustard, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like,
the spicy brown makes it like on a sausage or something like that. And everything says, "We want the spicy brown, son." Or the horseradish mustard. I love the horseradish mustard.
Oh.
I just don't eat enough with it. Like the same thing Todd just said. But if I'm somewhere they got horseradish mustard, bring it over. I'll take some.
The horseradish, like we'll get the fried mushrooms and put it in our air fryer, and so he doesn't care
I'm
for
not a big
horseradish
person.
And I'm like, I know, but then I go too far with it. Like I get my mushrooms, I put my horseradish, and then I dip it all in there, and I eat it, and then like
start making her sweat.
My whole like it's just like
opens up.
Yeah.
But there's something about that bead of sweat when it starts coming down your front of the
I know.
It's just like
I get it.
you feel like you're working the body there. You're doing good. So
it is.
yeah. So last week was St. Patrick's Day. You know, we didn't do the show. We had the tournament and stuff. So I didn't get a chance to share the beer last week. I'll have the review coming up on this one. But from Oliver Brewing here in Baltimore, it's a Drink Me, I'm Irish Nitro. So I'm going to crack this baby open. Yeah, so this is a Nitro Dry Irish Stout with coffee and Irish cream. I've had one of them, and it is pretty tasty. 7% ABV. So I'm going to pour that. And it tells you right on here, shake can, turn over, and pour at 90 degrees, which always kind of freaked me out. Like, do I got a big enough glass? What if this thing runs over, right? So glad I did a test run last week to make sure I was good to go. But we're going to go ahead and do that, have a little bit of cascading effect. And
does it have the nitro ball in it?
I don't think it does, but I think it's the reason they tell you to shake the can and then pour. I don't know if I shook it enough on this time. I did it last week. I did it last week and I shook it, and it almost like shot out of the can when I opened it. So I'm a little more careful right now. But I love a good dry Irish stout. You know, St. Patty's Day here. And so here is a look at it in the glass there. Now, I should have shook it more. And when you see the video review, you'll see it more shaking because that added the cascading effect. But good to go with this right now. But Oliver Brewing, I'm actually digging the beers they're doing out of Baltimore. So definitely one of the ones I've had more of the beers from since being here. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and for JT and everybody up in Chicago, Big Daddy, I saw that the Guinness thing is actually backed up. I guess they're going to be opening towards, I want to say, the end of summer now. They were trying to do it for March, but I guess it fell behind maybe because of COVID and supply chain issues and all that kind of stuff, and they were setting it up. But it is coming this year, so they've been sharing some stuff and details about that. Let me see. Blake said, in this small Arkansas town, Subway has the only Philly cheese sandwich. Boo. Yeah, they don't give you much of a representative. Like, you go to Subway, you get a Philly steak sandwich, and you got to measure it out. Or it's like this little cup. Like, what are you doing? The cup thing? Like, what is that? Like, the pre.
Right.
It's just like,
do that.
Yeah, it doesn't feel the same for sure. Oh, we got a chocolate chip special cookie sneaked in. Oh, very nice, CB. And great to see you, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well, too. Craig said 44 for Shannon's question. I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
44.
okay.
There you
He's just
go.
well, like a year and a half younger than me. So this is
Easy there, Mrs. Robinson.
So what is this? So what zodiac sign are we in right now?
Well,
Pisces.
I'm Pisces. Is he still Pisces or is he into the next one, which is
When's
like
your birthday?
March 9th?
Oh, I don't know.
He's like right at the he's near the cutoff.
March 20.
What's next for Pisces? Is it Aries after Pisces? I don't know if he's Pisces or Aries.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh, he's an Aries. Wow.
Yeah, he is Aries. He's on a crossover.
I would have never pegged him as an Aries. I would have pegged him more as a Pisces than an Aries.
My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, huh? Blake.
Anaconda, yes.
Change the world, Mr. Rod J. Yeah. I can't spell brioche, just saying. You spelled it fine there, Blake.
We knew what you meant. We wouldn't know if you spelled it right or not.
See, then po' boys, I agree, they are really good, especially in New Orleans. But that's I almost feel like, but see, that's kind of like an exception. Like I feel like that is a sandwich, even though you're using a hoagie bun like for it, but it's not a full hoagie. It's like a little mini hoagie thing you're using. That's kind of what I'm going to put that in the all you category. Like, I don't know what we're doing over here. It's kind of like a lambic. Like you're not fitting in with everybody else. We're going to just sit you to the side.
Just a miscellaneous category.
Yeah.
It's not that important, honestly.
It's important. You got to know what sandwiches. You got to define. You got to have the rules. You got to set the rules.
Wow. What difference does it make?
Without rules, it's chaos, Shannon. It's chaos.
Sometimes a little bit of chaos is good.
Is it?
There's going to be any chaos in your life. Wouldn't it be good if it's about sandwiches?
I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see. B. Mike's girlfriend said the same. The meat is an accent. Oh, but don't.
An accent to what?
You said the accent. That's what you said. Meat was the accent to the sandwich.
I know, but his ex-girlfriend said the meat was the accent. So
Yeah.
what's the thing?
The bear.
Down below. East Coast, all about the cold cut. It is about the cold cut. It's kind of like grew up in New Jersey, and you get an Italian hoagie. And one of the key ingredients of an Italian hoagie is capicola, or as they say, capicola there.
Capicola.
What's that?
It's like a salami type meat, I'll say.
Yeah.
But when you go to other spots in the country, they don't have it. And you're like, you want Italian hoagie? You're like, how do you have Italian and you don't have any capicola? I don't get it. But then Jersey Mike shows up on the scene.
That's what I was going to say. You go Jersey
Mike's is like, we got capicola. Now people start going to Jersey Mike's because it does make a difference having that little bit of difference in the cold cut. So yeah, he's right. Cold cut makes a difference.
Also,
I am 45 years old and I have never heard the word capicola.
Capicola.
Whatever.
Capicola. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lunch meat. Yeah, it's good.
What animal does that come from?
In fact,
a pig?
Yeah, I think so. Again, because it's like this. Yeah.
Coming back from, I think it was Madison, and we stopped at Jersey Mike's, and I got the sandwich.
You never got the original, the 13? It's got the capicola on it. Yeah.
That's a horrible name for a sandwich meat.
I mean, I don't know who names the meats, but that's how it comes out.
Capicola? Like what?
Capicola. Capicol. I don't know if it's an A, but they call it Capicol, so Capicol for short.
Yeah.
Like you go to the deli, it's like, I need some Capicol, and they'll be like, you want to have, how thin you want to slice, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's an important ingredient.
Capicola.
It is, okay, yeah.
Capicola, yeah.
Is it from the pig?
It looks awful.
But it just says traditional Italian.
The neck of a pig.
Yeah.
Well, the turkey neck's got some really good meat on it too, but it takes a lot of work to get it off of there.
Probably because
which I know I'm going to set people up to say something about this, but like the meat closest to the bone is the best. It's the juiciest and the tastiest.
I was gonna say that's what she said, but that is what she said. So.
I'm like, I know I'm setting y'all up here. That's not what I mean, but
so we better.
Well, that's like when you have a steak. Like the meat next to the bone is the best, the juiciest, the tenderest, and yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But see, you all think that, but you all don't have a bone down there. The bone you think I'm talking about. There's not actually a bone down there, so.
We weren't talking about anything.
No, you all were thinking, oh.
That's pretty good because it'll probably be sticking out all the time.
Will you grab me that other one while you're in there?
Yeah. There's no bone down there.
Throw me a bone, why don't you?
Throw me a bone. Only if it's a Capicola.
Oh, brioche French bread is great. Toasted bread first, Dee Dee says.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I'm one of those that's like when I do hamburgers, I like to toast the buns before when I do a hamburger.
Do you toast the hot dog buns? Do you steam them?
See, I do. I could do this.
Every
steam is better than toasted.
Every now and again. Well, on a hot dog, I do prefer like the steam buns. Something like going to the golf course and the old like whatever, like I don't know how they steam the bun or whatever, but like the golf course hot dog is really good.
Well, like White Castle, their buns are steamed. Like they're soft, and yes, I take that over toasted any day.
Yeah, but something about the toasted part of it, kind of the feel of
to each
whatever.
their own.
No, but I like a steam also, but it's different.
I can't even think when I had the last White Castle. That's been a long time.
Well, you know the fish sandwich at McDonald's, they do it correctly.
Johnny D did the House of Pain lyrics. Yeah, it was Johnny D jump around. He was an older guy, like in the 70s or whatever, lip syncing. Yeah, he yelled at you while he sung the song pretty much. Nice ham and cheese sub from an Italian deli, like Tolly's here in Chicago. I like a nice ham and American. Yeah.
I'm a turkey girl. I'm not a ham. I mean, I do like a ham sandwich with Miracle Whip on it. That is the one thing.
With what? With what on it? What did you say?
Whip.
Oh yeah, Miracle Whip. You heard it.
If I'm having a ham sandwich, it does not taste right unless I have Miracle Whip on it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
turkey
what I usually
prefer. Mayonnaise, ham is Miracle Whip.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But I want to know what the difference of the two is because if you look
spices.
It's a taste.
If you look at the ingredients, they're exactly the same.
Well,
but they don't taste the same.
It's a different balance of stuff in there because the taste is different. Yeah.
Different amounts of things.
We can tell you what's going in, but we're not going to tell you the mix. You know.
I mean, that's true. That's probably true. But the ingredients, if you look at the labels, are like identical.
Yeah, because if he gets ham, I'm like, let's get some Miracle Whip.
Well, you never said that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'll eat it, but I'm like.
I grew up on Miracle Whip, so I never started eating mayonnaise until we got together.
No, I love
mayonnaise.
Miracle Whip, Miracle Whip, ham, Miracle Whip. Absolutely.
Easy, Dee Dee. You're going to get tied into a new experiment here.
Oh.
Brioche French toast.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I can get behind some of that.
Got the weekend coming up, and I got some brioche in the pantry.
But you'll have to cut the hard part of the bun off to make it like an actual, like the outside of the bun.
Right.
So it would, yeah.
Yeah, Double D. Do you cut the rounded part off to where you get bread?
Can you get sliced brioche? What if you get sliced brioche?
Just buy brioche bread. Yeah, that's true.
Hi, Vanessa.
So Vanessa.
Cheers. Yeah, it's funny that we talk about once in a while the show in history and the food that built America and how they came up with actually slicing bread. Like, it's just so funny because it was only like 1920 or 30 or something, like, and people were like getting whole loaves. People could slice them at home or whatever. And then the people that ran the Wonder Company he's like, what if we pre-slice it for the people? And they're like, what? Like, and it was just like, and they did it, and it was just like, best thing since sliced bread became the saying, like after that.
Yeah. What is it? The best thing since sliced bread.
Since sliced bread, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was funny because at one point they were doing the bread, and then there were health concerns about too many people eating too much bread. So Wonder ended up getting their bread fortified when they added like vitamin D and the stuff into where you see it now with vitamins in it. But that came out of the government pretty much saying,
Worse than before.
It was worse. And so, yeah, because too many people were consuming too much of it. So we'll put vitamins in it. So that's a good show, man. They got some good shows in there.
Did you watch it a couple weeks ago when it was talking about the chicken wing?
No, I didn't see the chicken wing one.
That was pretty good.
Who did that? Was like the buffalo like wings, or was it something?
They're talking about where it originated from, and it was a dude in Buffalo, but he doesn't get credit for it because there was like a mom and pop store down the street from him that started. He started selling them because chicken wings at the time was like, we're not eating these, so they were just throwing them out. So he was getting them really, really cheap.
Mm.
And so he kind of started his own little kitchen or whatever, selling them. Well, a bar / restaurant, I guess, down the street started selling them also. And they're actually, if you look, according to the show, they're the ones that get the credit for the first chicken wing, even though they stole it from him.
How do you copyright a piece of an animal though? Like,
well, no, you don't, but they get the credit.
You could patent the recipe and stuff on it. Yeah.
But anyway, so Buffalo Wild Wings they started their thing before Hooters started theirs. And when they had a bar, and then they decided to like start selling chicken wings, and they decided to put TVs to draw in. They were in Columbus, Ohio,
right.
Ohio State, whatever. So they're like, well, we'll just put TVs in so people come and watch football games and whatever, and then eat food too. So that's where they started, the boom. Yeah. And then Hooters started, and then it kind of was.
No, I have a very good idea.
It was very good. It was really good.
I have a very good idea for a business. So recently we've become really liking board games. And so when I got on TikTok, I was looking at board games, and they have like these cafes like in other cities, and it's like a board game cafe, a brewery or a cafe, and they have all these different board games that you can take out and play, but it's like based around the board games. So so
it's like a Candyland restaurant, and it's the Candyland game there.
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, that would be a cheap option. So yeah, I'll put Candyland in there.
I mean, no, I'm just thinking, how is it like you said it was?
There's so many board games. Like
a lot of breweries do board games here.
Well, they have a few, but that's not their
So you're saying just the main thing
would be like boardwalk, a board game brewery.
I'd have like a Uno one, and I'd be like,
yeah, I mean,
you get it with the take 4. You got to take 4 beers. I'll take it.
You're right. Yeah, there you go.
And see, then we could be like the marketing aspect. We could be like, okay, tonight's like Uno night, like you could have like a bag with Uno cards in it, and if you draw the 8 or a certain one out, then you get a free beer or something like that,
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the bars in Cincinnati, I don't know if it's still there or not, but one of the coolest bars as far as the concept. And I said it because I'm working probably in the financial industry too, but I think it was called The Exchange. And so they ran the prices on the board like it was a stock market.
Oh.
And so you would pay based on the popularity. So if everybody was drinking Oberon and Oberon was going up, it would cause people to pay more for it. But if nobody was drinking Dragon's Milk and that was going down, you got to pay the lower price on stuff.
Wow.
And then they would have like these stock market crashes where everything would just crash and everything was like down to a discount or something. And people would like jam the bar to load up with getting a bunch of stuff.
Oh, wow.
And it was a pretty cool concept.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Like those kind of like, even like what I'm talking about with the board games or with the stock market, like it'll just be like it'll be hot for a while and then it won't be. So like you got to have more than that,
Oh yeah, but it's a different idea. You don't burn it all out at one time. You just do it like for a night or something, like game night or something. You can stretch it out.
Yeah.
Trey was teased on his birthday. Go One thing I know is I'm playing golf. Well, I don't think anybody doubted that for sure.
I was gonna say everybody knows that it's Friday.
I mean, okay.
Golf time.
What time is your tea time? Back at you, brother.
Let's guess. I'm gonna say 9:45.
Yeah, because the time changed again now, so it's.
And he's in North Carolina, so
I'm gonna say 10:30.
I think I'm late. I think
Yeah, I think if it's up to him, I think he's like around 8:15 or so, probably.
Well, not this time of year though, because it might be too cold then.
I'm just trying to think when we're going to be in the 70s tomorrow.
We're supposed to be.
He's going to be a little warmer than us, so
We're supposed to be flood and rains tomorrow.
Did I say 9:45 or 9:15?
It's 9:45.
I'm changing it to 9:15. I think it's 9:15.
I still say 10:30.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's probably. I was saying around 8:15 or so.
I think more in the summertime that would be spot on, but
depending how warm it gets, I don't know what North Carolina's weather is going to be like though.
Yeah, here tomorrow is supposed to be torrential downpours.
It's not that flooding. Involved.
Didn't Hulk Hogan do the Thin Lizzy asking for everybody? He may have, brother.
I don't know.
Or it might have been the Macho Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Van Morrison. Van Morrison from Ireland? I don't think Van Morrison from Ireland. Or are you just saying Van Morrison? Because we were talking about the Ireland bands. Hey, Rodshine and Todd, Vanessa. I think Ireland gave you 2 away. Basically, they may have. Like it might have been a whole Metallica thing. They're like, oh, you're too.
It's what it is. I'm just glad we have YouTube.
Bono is a bozo. I think Bozo was actually underwritten by Bozo the Clown. I don't think you can use it unless you are actually Bozo.
But who was the one? I get U2, and then there's another with what's his name? He liked the tantric SEX. He had blonde hair. It wasn't U2, but it was like the same time. And
David Bowie.
No.
You said tantrics? Tantric?
Tantric SEX.
Why'd you spell it out?
Because I'm trying to watch.
You can say that. That's not.
I mean, I just okay.
It's almost after 10, so it's on them.
All right.
If their kids are watching, it's their fault.
Okay. I'll tell you who it is.
That sounds right. You got to have your sandwiches lined up in the right way.
Sandwich.
Sting. It's Sting.
Oh, Sting.
Sting. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's all into that tantric stuff.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now.
Where'd you see that at? Like you read like People magazine or something? Like
no, I saw him on. He did like interviews talking about it.
He's
Yeah.
Go for Subway, but please don't. Yeah. I haven't been to Subway in so long. If you're going to go white bread sandwich, liver, sausage, and mayo, I've never done liver sausage.
I think he's screwing with us.
I think so too.
Unless liver sausage is liverwurst, if it's the same thing. I've had liverwurst before.
I mean, I feel like if people put meat out there, if they put the liver name out of it,
government cheese is way better.
Like I agree, government cheese was bomb for sure. Man used to get it all the time. She had slicer and slices. Like, oh, that stuff is so good.
Did you get the powdered milk too, though? Grandma got the government cheese.
They said that was the best cheese. The government cheese.
The government cheese was awesome.
Not government.
I don't know what the powder. I don't know what the powder stuff.
But when you got the government cheese, you get powdered milk too. Like that was the government thing.
I'm not even sure how she got it, to be honest.
But it wasn't even government. It was government. It was government. It was the government cheese. The government cheese, not the government. The government cheese. Liverwurst is spicy much. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Vanessa. I've had liverwurst before as a kid. I was never a huge fan of it, but I ate it once in a while. I had to pour it to 5,000 degrees to get that cheese to melt. Turn it up.
Yeah, that's like the no-fat cheese.
Trez in the house. What up, Trez? Cheers, homie. Great to have you, brother. Hopefully you're doing well, my friend.
It's like the crab.
Deep fried chicken sandwich.
Vanessa, that is fried fish and a deep fried chicken sandwich.
What do you do for the deep fry? It's like it's just like a chicken breast?
Yeah, you bread it. You put breading on it, and then it's like fried chicken, but it's just a chicken breast
or a chicken thigh.
Gotta make sure it's not too dry. Make sure it's not too dry.
Actually, a chicken thigh would be even better.
I think a thigh would be better too.
No, the chicken. That when we go out, I'm like a simple kind of girl. We'll go out to a restaurant. I'm like, do they have a fried fish sandwich? Do they have a fried chicken sandwich? If they don't, I'm like, I don't know.
Or chicken tenders.
Or chicken tenders, yeah.
My dad's parents are fistfuls of pimento cheese plus that sandwich spread. 8 fistfuls. Oh snap! Side chicken salad chick, sign me up. Hashtag 4K broccoli.
Come on down. I'll show you where to go.
Oh, the Trez. Thank you. OG God. Raisin. Oh no. I can't imagine a raisin square.
Okay, Rod, do you like grapes and plums?
Do I like grapes and plums? Not really.
See, I like grapes and plums, but
The only grapes I like are the ones that were just squeezed from my wine. If I'm drinking wine, I can deal with grapes, but
see, I like grapes.
I like a grape, but they have a weird.
Sometimes
kind of make your tongue kind of feel.
I will say this: I do get the grapes, those little cotton candy grapes, like the best grapes to get. Well, they taste like cotton candy. Right. Oh, they're good. They're good as gold.
See, I've never had those. I think I might have had one.
Y'all didn't get that. Y'all didn't get that cotton candy good as gold reference? I can't believe that.
Yeah, no.
Todd's laughing now because Todd's starting to get it. Cotton candy good as gold. Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
Yes.
To the left. Right. Is that the same song? Cotton candy, Tootsie Roll.
I'm trying to teach. I'm trying to teach people. I'm trying to teach.
or remind people.
Oh.
I knew what you were doing there. I knew what you were doing.
That was like right there. That was right there. That was easy pickings. Yet.
Tootsie Roll.
Cheers. Smoked chicken salad sandwich is the best. You never want regular chicken salad again. Oh, I would definitely like to try a smoked chicken salad. The chicken salad on toast, I'm telling you, that's like, I got to do this more often.
I mean, you cannot strip chicken.
And put some pickles on it too.
Yes.
Pickles, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me see here. Is that Trez? Yeah. I had Wawa last week and I had a sub. Oh, so good. Breaking news: most women don't swallow subs.
Well, how about you swallow? How about you meet a man and you do the things that has to be done to swallow, and then you can say, now I understand what you're saying. Sorry. Got a little bit too. He said that sucks. That was like a euphemism or something. Got it now. Sorry, I got so upset.
You started ranting before you was reading there.
Oh yeah, cheers. Genetically speaking, we've all been eating the same banana all our lives.
Love bananas. If you're going to eat anything for the rest of your life, a banana's not so bad.
I'm not a huge banana. Good for potassium. I'm not a huge banana person, although I will put it in some like Special K or something once in a while.
I like a banana. You can just grab it, and if you're hungry, you just eat it, and it takes your hunger.
Yeah.
I like them, but it's not the first thing I would grab if, you know.
Tressa, what does the logo say over Todd's head around? I can't read it. It says warning for mature audiences only, or for Shannon.
See, and I could have you should have had that all along. It's not even that bad tonight because I'm trying to be good.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's more like a Shannon prevention alert.
A Shannon what?
Prevention.
There should be a lot of prevention.
He said, don't worry, Shannon. Give yourself a mulligan. I do. Yeah.
Oh, there you go, Doe. That makes sense now. How many mulligans?
The mulligan
right? Shot didn't count. Do over.
Yeah.
That is the anthem of my life. Free shot doesn't count.
No. Bad word you too. You'll trigger the Karens.
I feel so bad for the Karens. Like, how miserable did those people have to be?
Well, how many people were named Karen that had to deal with that?
I was gonna say, how bad would it be to be named Karen and not before that even started? Like, that'd be terrible. What's your name, Karen? Oh,
I actually used to work with a woman named Karen, and she was a good Karen. I told her one time, like, I'm sorry your name got ruined. I'm just, you're such a good person.
Right.
But I would be okay if my name was Karen because then I'm like, I'll just be a happy surprise that I'm not an actual Karen. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think I am. I feel like I'm the opposite of a Karen.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, Karen was a popular name up to about 2015. And then everybody stopped naming their kids Karen.
Yeah, like, nah, something else.
It went the way of Martha. Deep dish pizza versus New York City as pizza versus see now you're just throwing stuff out there. So Sicilian is like a thicker cut pizza, but it's not like the full deep dish. But I love a good
In
Sicilian
between
pizza.
deep dish and skinny.
Technically, it kind of is a deep dish because you make it in a pan square where you have a thickness to it, but its sauce is different.
It's
It's
not
like
as thick
you,
as it's thicker than a pan pizza, but not as thick as a deep dish, right?
right, but it is still done like in a pan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get like in New York, New Jersey.
Mm.
Love a good Sicilian pizza. It's kind of like Jets. You guys have Jets, right? Like their square pizza.
Yeah.
It's kind of something like that almost.
I didn't know we had a Jets around here until we got it at work a couple times. Yeah, it's really
It's
good.
pretty damn good. Yeah, Jets is pretty good.
It's over in Louisville though, but
I mean, I think I would go with the deep dish just because of all the toppings I like.
Yeah, but see, you gotta have the pizza where you can hold it and fold it. I mean, I'm more persuaded because I grew up on the East Coast, so that's how I have it. It's kind of like I don't know if you ever saw the video when it was who did the show before Trevor Noah, Jon Stewart, when he was making a joke about I don't know if it was Bloomberg or whatever, eating a pizza, he was using a knife and a fork.
Oh, I love Trevor Noah so much. I love him so much.
oh, what was his name? He had the.
It was Jon. No, it was Jon Stewart.
His hair.
It was Jon Stewart that did the show before. Not you're thinking the other guy. No, you're talking about John Henson.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was Talk Soup.
Oh,
that was Talk Soup. That was Talk Soup. Yeah.
That was Talk Soup.
Yeah, before Trevor Noah got to show, Jon Stewart did it.
Yeah,
Jon
Stewart.
He was making fun of them eating like New York and the pizza, using like a knife and fork. He's like, no, you take it, you hold it, you fold it, blah blah blah. Yeah. So.
Howard Stern was talking about him the other day. Jon Stewart said that's who should run for president.
About Jon Stewart?
Yes.
He goes to Congress a lot now to fight for the firefighters and policemen. I mean, he's actually pretty smart on stuff.
He was talking about like how smart he is and how much he's like for everybody. Like he's not one side or the other. He's just whatever.
I feel like anybody that runs for president has no business being the president.
Probably.
But how would we get a president then?
Well, we wouldn't. So somebody got it. You know, I'm just saying.
But anyway, he was like, he definitely should want to be president. And he was like, I was like, I'm gonna try to put a bug in his ear to try to get him to do it, but I don't know how far that would go, but
he probably gets support. I mean, he knows a good amount of stuff. It's kind of like if Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been born in the States, like Arnold Schwarzenegger probably could have ran for president.
Right.
Popularity stuff he had.
I don't know.
I've had a pizza exactly like that Rob Boy's dad. But yeah, you're talking about with the steak and the pepperoni and the steak and the jalapeno and the pineapple. Yeah, that's the.
But what kind of steak?
It's like this Philly cheesesteak steak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's real
like
good.
A shake.
Well, see where Trez is in Cincinnati. There's a place they have by UC called Adriatico's. Best pizza I think in Cincinnati, and you can get pizza like that there, and it's freaking good. And they have like 30 craft beers and stuff on tap too. So it's like that's a great spot to check out.
Dear mercy, that she said that.
Smoked channel cats on pizza. Was this like an overseas thing?
Oh. It's like
I know Vanessa had some weird stuff in her life.
We knock it, but it's probably phenomenal.
We would enjoy it.
Oh, Carolina Reaper pizza.
Cats, like a catfish.
That would burn out your intestines.
Oh yeah, sure. You'd be screaming the next day on that one.
Yeah.
Paul said, cheers from Pop-Tart land. Just know Paul's making your Pop-Tarts for all you Pop-Tart fans out there.
Oh, I had a question.
Be careful when you open the box.
No. Okay. So, I mean, we still need to know what Dr.
Didi.
Tea time. But then I'm also like,
probably ain't got to it yet.
But for breakfast, waffles, pancakes, or French toast?
Waffles, pancakes, or French toast? Pancakes.
Toast.
Pancakes.
That'll be my last.
I'm not making them, right? So.
No.
Okay.
What would
you don't like pancakes?
I mean, I like them, but I'd rather have a bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
Pancakes with strawberries on there, some cream. You can do all kinds of stuff with pancakes.
It's too sweet for the first thing in the morning.
French toast.
Straight up maple.
Yeah. I don't like. I mean,
It don't matter. All three of them are going to be hungry again next hour anyway. So.
JT was asking Paul what flavors are there. Bacon over on the pot. I don't know if Paul's making a flavor out there. I'd be kind of worried about that.
I hope he's not making a flavor because you won't eat that. You won't eat that.
You never know.
Special edition tangy Pop-Tart. Like, whoa. Oh, that's straight from the factory. Was any kind of olives or yum? Vanessa says she's a big olive fan. I like the meatball, mozzarella, Sicilian sausage, and onion. That's a nice mix too. I could get down with that. Yeah. God, I'm gonna need a pizza tomorrow. That's the secret. Oh, the secret sauce. The Pop-Tart.
Sounds illegal.
Give me every kind of meat they can put on a pizza with sweet sauce, baby. And don't cook it too long for Paul.
I agree with that with Paul on that one.
Yeah.
It's different than what you're talking about.
Well, I don't know about the sweet sauce part, but I'll take the meat. Well, I don't know about the meat either. It is Paul. It is Paul we're talking about. So.
Papa scoop of coarse French mustard with making the soup. Oh boy. Horseradish sauce with sweet potato French. I've never done that. I'd give it a nice little kick.
Oh, I have another. It's the sweet potatoes, and I can't do sweet potatoes.
You don't like sweet potatoes at all?
I can't even smell them. They give me a headache.
Wow.
I don't know.
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not something that triggers it or something?
No, I'm like, a potato. Maybe it's because I think I know what a potato is, and then they bring that in. I'm like, that's not a potato. And then it smells really sweet. And
that's not a knife.
It's a yam.
Yeah, whatever.
Now, Didi's sandwich actually sounds pretty tasty. Spicy mustard or New York City pastrami, sauteed onions, and bodega Italian bread on the corner, 2:30 a.m. Now, that might sound better if you're like actually been drinking because it's at 2:30 a.m., but I could throw that down.
So, like a spicy.
I mean, we got that one like thing of deli meat that one time, and it had, I think, pastrami, and then it had some other kind of meat on. I'm like, I don't like this. It's too chewy. It's really.
That's another name for this. The grinders store 18 inches long.
Grinders?
Yeah, grinders are pretty big. Grinders are like a big sub, big hoagie. I can see why people say they get hungry watching our streams.
Yeah.
Hey, Mrs. Robinson. Whoa.
Mrs. Robinson.
I called you Mrs. Robinson when you said Craig was he's only a year and a half younger.
Whatever.
Yeah, see, a true cheesesteak in Philly, cheese whiz. Get out the whiz.
You know, I've said that to many people, and they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, no, it's actual.
Yeah, when you go to Philly, you actually get one.
Like
yeah,
out of the aerosol can.
Yeah,
or like the jar or whatever.
Like wit, they'll ask you like wit or no wit, but it's a cheese whiz they're using. Spray cheese in a 55-gallon drum. Yeah. See, some places they will sub like provolone, but usually cheese whiz the authentic.
That's what I've always heard. The original, the OG was cheese whiz.
An Italian sandwich here is 6 inches thick on white Italian with the dressing dripping. 6 inches. Wow, that's a good thick sandwich. That's a lot of meat there. If Shani takes some of the meat off, I'm sure, but
I don't take it all off. I just have to have like a.
She can't handle the 6 inches. She has to.
I can.
Turn it down.
Definitely can't. Yeah.
Bring Shani their proper sausage and dried meat, please, Todd.
I'm not a big sausage person.
You like sausage that much?
I mean, it's okay. It's just not like I like it in gravy and I like it on my pizza and on a biscuit, but like.
So when you were a kid and you would go to the malls, like you weren't hanging out at the little, what were those places like Pepperidge Farm type places where they have like in the mall?
No,
like,
I've never. I have
never
hung out at a Pepperidge Farm place.
But you never like took. They always come out with
people that have.
They come out with the samples in the mall when you're out there. They always be giving you like the sausage and cheese stuff there.
No, sausage and cheese. Like I'm not a big cheese person either, so like, no. I would be down there at the Chinese food sample place.
She's not a charcuterie person, then, except for the olives.
Yeah, I will eat
if you have olives on it.
Yeah, but that's an 18-inch grinder sandwich is yum. I'm like, yeah. I know the grinder sandwich, but I'm thinking like somebody said 18-inch and think grinder. Like that's a different site now.
It is.
So like still hear the keyword in the YouTube search, but like I thought y'all were that's not this site here. Keep scrolling.
I got home spear on my screen. I don't know.
If you like Miracle Whip, you're out. Wrong, Gilbert. Miracle Whip is good. I like Miracle Whip.
No, but Rod, I would rather be an alien than just like everybody else. You know, so that's not a that's not a diss. It's like
okay.
Yeah. I would rather be an alien.
Do you think if aliens actually did discover the planet, they would actually stay here now? Like, or they probably just
hell no? I'd be like, I am out. I'm out.
Like,
Yeah, I'm out. No.
Would Earth be like Detroit? They'd be like roll up your windows.
Yeah. There's got to be something better out there to find. Absolutely.
Like, move along.
I move along so fast. Yeah.
They'd be like, we're looking for intelligent life, but we found life.
We never found intelligence. So, yeah.
Mayonnaise, oil, eggs, etc. Miracle Whip has no eggs, Vanessa said. This is important for those with egg allergies. So Miracle Whip has no eggs, so they don't have the exact same ingredients.
I thought they did have the exact same ingredients. Okay.
Vanessa did health. She worked for health departments and stuff. So yeah, there's no eggs in Miracle Whip.
So maybe that's the difference in the taste. Then no eggs.
Yeah. Funny thing.
I mean, I've never compared to myself, but I thought I saw it on TV, like the difference of. I thought they said it was the exact same.
No, it
ingredients
was when we were doing keto, and we were looking at the ingredients, and we thought they both had the same ingredients, and they were like, one has like 10 less calories than the other one.
But didn't they have the same?
I don't.
Well, no.
I think.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's what I'm thinking too.
Well, Vanessa said Miracle doesn't have the eggs, so
that makes sense because there's got to be a difference because they don't taste the same.
So funny food story. So we went down to Cape May last year after first moving here to Maryland. So we went down for one of the little weekend vacation type things. So we're at the restaurant eating, and I guess one of the ladies was like she wasn't really arguing with the waitress, but she was kind of like sounding off at the waitress kind of. So all the Heinz ketchups were on the table, and she was like, that's supposed to be, this is a Karen story, right? So that's supposed to be in the refrigerator. And the lady's like, no, these are actually okay. You can put them on tables. Like, I don't think so. I think Heinz, and right on the bottle, he said, no refrigeration needed. So she could show this lady that and everything. It's so funny that, and she was just like the thing, and it was just like, that was hilarious. Like things you hear like when Karens go off. That was one of my little Karen things.
I feel like there is a condiment on the bottle that we do refrigerate, and it says "do not refrigerate."
The pancake syrup.
Oh, the syrup. That's
because I always put it. No, it says put it in the refrigerator, but you never.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yes,
yeah, I never put it in the refrigerator because who wants to put the cold syrup on there?
Because I grew up.
She was like, but it says on the label refrigerated after opening or something.
Yeah.
I ate it all my life and never put it in the refrigerator.
And you didn't die, and I'm like, I wish we didn't have to put it in the refrigerator because it makes my pancakes cold.
You're right. Yeah.
But some might be because it might be more natural. But the funny thing is, now if you were to get Hunt's ketchup, you do have to refrigerate after opening it. Like it says to refrigerate after opening it. So it depends on which style.
Whatever the ingredient difference.
Whatever the ingredient difference is there. But on Heinz, you don't have to refrigerate. But it was just funny, like when she's there and the waitress is like, she's looking at her like, I've been doing this for like a number of years. I kind of know you're okay, but yeah.
What's the ketchup your dad likes? Rolled Gold? Is that what it is?
I don't know. He likes it in
bottles,
his glass
bottles.
So he still got the Rolled Gold. Is that a yellow and green label, right? Like the Rolled Gold, I think.
Whichever,
but it was like the last one.
That had the glass
like when
bottle
we moved,
still.
Our first night, so my mom and dad were divorced. They got back together, and I lived with them when me and Todd were dating. And my dad always liked the glass bottle of ketchup. So mom would buy ketchup and then just put it in the glass jar.
Good move.
So the first night we moved out together into our apartment, we went to the grocery store, and I was always like, let's get our plate, let's get our own place. And he was like, no, we gotta wait till like all this stuff comes together. I'm like, okay. Well, finally did, and we moved out together, and we went to the grocery store our first night. And we were going down the aisle of the grocery store, and I saw a glass bottle of ketchup, and I just burst out crying. I'm like, I want to go home. And when we got back to our apartment, I'm like, I was like, I'm not sleeping in that bed in our bedroom. Like, I'm sleeping in the floor in the living room, because if I sleep in that bed in this apartment, then this is going to mean this is my home. And this isn't my home. My home is back there.
Yeah.
And he came and slept with me in the living room floor.
There you go.
Yeah. Like, I want to go home.
That's like Aliens when Ripley got under her bed with the little girl because she was comfortable on the floor under the bed instead of in the bed.
The one thing you failed to ask was, did we get home with the bottled ketchup? The glass bottle.
I don't even remember, did we?
Yes, we did.
I think I was. I'm like, we gotta
get it. We gotta get it. I'm like, nobody.
Yeah.
I think it was the last time we bought it, but we did.
Oh my
we did
God.
buy that.
That was
we did buy it.
I don't remember much, but that was traumatic.
Well, one thing that goes back to our Gen X history is that we saw a lot of things come along the way, right? So we actually saw the creation of the squeeze bottle. And I can remember when it came out with the squeeze bottle, and you would still be going to like a restaurant like Perkins or whatever it may be, and they have the glass bottles. And you'd be sitting there trying to bang out the ketchup because it'd be a new bottle. And you'd be like, damn it, why do they not have the squeeze bottles? They're available. We still got glass. Why do we still have glass when you can get the squeeze? And,
right. What the hell are you doing? Yeah.
Pampered little female dogs.
You put the thumb on the whatever.
Did you see
the
that?
half
I wanted
of the
to say a bad word.
And,
I wanted to say that we were pampered little female dogs.
but see, there's the thing. All the stuff that we saw as Gen X, nobody thinks about it, but we saw the creation of the squeeze bottle. Because we didn't have it. We didn't always have
the creation of a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And that's why we're so sad, because we know how simple life can be and how complicated everybody's made it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I put a thing on. I don't know if y'all saw it on my Facebook page earlier, but I put a thing out there I saw today to have me laughing. It was the creation of the bike ramp. So when we were kids, we would ride bikes, and you got your new bike or whatever, you want to see how high you could jump on it. And I think every kid kind of went through it, where you take cinder blocks or whatever, piece of wood, nothing secured or whatever. You would ride over it, right? You flip over, you'd hurt yourself, you get all. But kids today don't really do that, I don't think. As far as what we used to.
No, because they're inside on their phone.
Yeah. And it was just so funny. Somebody created this Gen X video about how we did that. There's some people flip over like when we were kids and stuff that we did. And it was a fun time. So we saw a lot of things.
It was so sad.
I remember, and I think I said this long years ago. That's been, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. So when I grew up, we used to play whatever sport was going on. You played basketball, football, wiffle ball, and did baseball season, whatever. Played the streets, whatever.
We played kickball and wiffle ball in my neighborhood.
Yeah. So when I was leaving my mom's house in the neighborhood and driving down, I had to stop because there were kids playing football in the street or whatever. And I rolled my window down. I was like, I'm so happy to see this, because you don't see any kids do it. This thing goes, you know how much you probably look like a pedophile doing that? I was like,
no, I did. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I was like, no, I was like, you never see it anymore. Like no kid I don't think I've seen a kid once since that day ever play, a sport in the street or whatever.
God, I need to keep my mouth closed.
So you probably look like Clint Eastwood to those kids.
No, but I was.
I know, right?
No,
exactly.
but when you were playing the games in the street, when you were playing kickball or wiffle ball in the street, and you were doing that, and then they'd be like, car, and then
everybody just go over to the side and
right,
go.
Well, that's it. And we used to play.
Yeah.
We used to play football on the street. We played football on the street. We played street hockey in the street. Some streets you would have like a basketball hoop if they didn't have the basketball courts. I mean, you did a lot of stuff in the street. So
we'd do the football, and then we would move down the street because they had the street light, where you could play at nighttime, even just like kind of play in the in the dark or whatever. It's like nighttime, like okay.
Like the street you grew on wasn't like a super main road,
but
it was way busier than my street I grew up.
Oh
yeah.
But it still wasn't. That bad. Yeah. It was kind of off the main road, but it wasn't really that busy though.
Right, but mine didn't have very many. But I'm like, I would ride my bike, I'd fall off, I'd skin, and I wouldn't even wear shoes when I went out.
Right.
Like I always have all these big cuts on my toes and stuff, and I didn't even notice them. And then I looked, I'm like, God, my feet are kind of screwed up. Yeah. And then I'd fall off my bike, and I have so many scars on my knees and my elbows from falling off my bike, and I'm like, when I did my hand, I'm like, no big deal. No big deal. Like, I'm not going to die. I'll be fine.
All right.
And I was.
Didi said hot dog bun toasted on a Weber grill and smoked flavor to go with those boar heads hot dog legs. I don't think
Yeah,
I've
he
ever done the
sounds like
boar's
somebody
head.
got a tea time at 9 o'clock in the morning
Right.
on a Weber grill.
They do have sliced brioches. Use heavy whipped cream or buttermilk. Don't use milk too thin. Yeah, he might be. Yeah. Yeah, he's telling you how to make the French toast with the brioche. Whipped
You
cream.
when I make French toast, I do my eggs and my milk, and then I put some vanilla in it. I put some cinnamon in it, and then I put some is it allspice?
Allspice.
Nutmeg, cinnamon, and vanilla in my milk egg mixture.
Don't hate Big Daddy.
Yeah,
don't hate him.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. I'm glad that
Hater. We had to grow up on
White Castle must just slide out in 15 minutes. Yeah.
oh God, I would love
That's because of the steam. The steam moves it along real quick. Yeah.
That it does.
When everybody eats Miracle Whip because True Mayonnaise puts him in the ER. Yeah, with the egg allergies, probably.
Yeah.
Damn Skippy about the miracles. Why y'all hating on Miracle Whips?
I know, right?
Yes.
Hey, but sometimes we like things, and
It is. Vanessa, you're
don't
right. It's
like
more tanky than a mayonnaise sandwich.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Speaking of Vanessa, I'm going to crack open my own beer.
What was that?
I don't know. Hey, we both have options. That's all that matters.
And this one,
Wang to it.
this one is for Vanessa since she's actually here too. So I'm going to crack open the Dragon's Milk Reserve.
Nice.
And this is the latest edition that came out. So this one is
I forgot all about that. I need to go.
it's the coffee chocolate bourbon barrel aged stout with coffee and chocolate, 11% ABV. And you asked me a couple weeks ago, Todd, about the red ale. They do have a red ale that came out too.
Okay. I thought I saw that.
Yeah, or it's coming out with the new branding and stuff. The idea is board game and booze. Let's call it Fight Club. Yes, that could happen.
That's fair.
Jerk wings, buffalo wings. All right. Well, I mean, technically, jerk wings are still buffalo wings. It's just the sauce is different, right? So
You're right.
They're wings.
see, he's 82 degrees tomorrow. So that's why I thought, we're about to get to his answer. We're about to get to his answer.
9:15.
The new concrete sugar mixer came in. The concrete patio black should be all finished. Oh, nice, Vanessa. So she's getting the patio stuff done.
We'll be there on, let's see, Labor Day.
Nice. And who was the closest person? This guy, 8:30 a.m.
Well, 80 degrees. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
8:30.
I said he was in North Carolina, so I know we were going to be in the 70s something, so he should be warmer than us. Yeah. Could be teeing off.
I'm awake at 8:30.
I'm going to try to start playing some golf next week, I think, if I can, or when we get back from vacation at some point here. I need to get out there and start swinging the clubs.
When you going on vacation?
The week after next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Put out
What's up,
clear
Mom?
winter. Hey, Peggy. Great to have you. Hope all is well. In the 50s here, but anyway, you're definitely more north, so it's a little more colder. Hey, Peggy, Vanessa. Sting, the JT was saying from before earlier. Yeah.
SEX, yeah.
Shannon's thinking of Sting and the Police. I'm still getting caught up. So where am I? That's at 9:57. Ooh, still like half an hour behind. Mystery meat sandwich. Would that sound better? It would depend who's making the sandwich, I think.
And how good
Right.
it tastes.
If Paul was making it, then no, it would not.
If liver's made into andouille, it's all right. I've had andouille sausage, so.
I have too.
Never heard of it. I've learned 2 words tonight that I'll forget by tomorrow.
And,
Yeah.
I thought it was a Cook County sheriff and somehow provided all relatives a nice 5 block of government cheese. Badass cheese.
Yeah.
I never heard anybody say anything bad about the government cheese.
I know. What is the deal with that?
But I kind of feel like cheese lovers love cheese no matter what the kind of
There
cheese
was, there
it
was
is.
something about it that was just different. Hit different for some reason.
You had to work to get a slice.
Or not work to get a fight.
Whatever.
That's what it was for. But
Listen, take chicken breasts out a pound, flat flip, and batter deep. Yeah, I would definitely say you want to pound them out for sure with the chicken breasts. Get them nice and flat. Makes it better, I think.
yep, for sure.
Make you some raisin squares. I don't know about no raisin square. Oof.
What
Yeah.
is that?
I can't do anything.
That doesn't
with
even sound good with
raisins.
raisins. Yes. What is
No.
raisin?
At no point should anybody do raisins and potato salad, Gilbert. At no point whatsoever. That Laffy Taffy.
Ooh, I do love the banana Laffy Taffy. Love the banana Laffy Taffy.
I think he was talking about the song, though, but yeah. That
Right.
too.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
GD Priest meme. Blake is off the chain tonight. Blake's always off the chain. Cut bananas. What? Yeah, you cut the bananas, put them in the cereal. I don't cut. If I'm going to eat a banana, I won't cut it ahead of time. I'm just going to peel it and eat it. Although, unless some people are kind of nervous about doing that. Like some people I know, like some women, like the place I used to work at, we had a soft serve machine for yogurt. And some women wouldn't get it because they didn't want to eat the yogurt in front of men in the cafeteria because of whatever stigmatism went with it or
Sexual
how they thought people looked at something. Yeah. But like some,
X-rated vision there. That's what.
So they would get it in a bowl or whatever and use a spoon, but they wouldn't eat off the cone.
Yeah.
Just juveniles. No,
Howdy.
juveniles.
No, I understand where they're coming from.
It must be like high school flashbacks or something. I don't know.
No, it's sexual harassment flashbacks.
You know, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, if they were harassed, it might be a flashback for it. Yeah. Dark chocolate dip frozen banana.
Oh yes, that sounds delicious.
Gilbert says every woman's dream.
I'm so sure you know what every woman's dream is. I bet you have it nailed down. I bet you know exactly what every woman's dream is.
What sets that off is the arrow pointing up to like you.
Well, you was doing it for the comment though, but yeah, it does.
No, I know. But
call me Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate, yeah, like
Sicilian, a thicker crust, yeah. I do have a thicker crust, yeah. Well, you know what? All the time I've been back to Jersey, be back on the East Coast, I haven't gotten a Sicilian pizza. I need to get that when I'm back up there next time. New York City Skinny Ass Pizza is my home food. Love it. Gotta love it. Rectangle cut pizza, pie slice. Now
it's greater than the. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Now, like Jets, I think Jets is actually based off the Detroit style pan pizza, what they do. But that's pretty good.
Jets is good. And my mom texted me when we were talking about that. We do have a couple of Jets over on this side of the river. And I forgot about it. And she's right. They do have one. I know what she's talking about. They do have that.
Thin crust, well done.
Yes, crispy crust.
The Tressa, yes, sir. Roger, Adriatic. Yeah, Adriatico's was New York style pizza. That was one of the first pizza places I had when I moved to Kentucky back in like '93 when we were there. And they closed down some locations, but kept the one by UC, and hands down like the best pizza I think I've had in Cincinnati.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good.
Wow.
They always stay packed, like people there for the most part. And again, like 30-something craft beers if you're going there to eat or whatever. So it's just like great pizza, great beer. Go catch the UC Bearcats or something. Yeah.
But see, when we go out and drink, I'm like, I don't want to eat it. Like, I'm like, I'm really hungry. And then we go there and have one beer, and I'm like, I'm not hungry no more. I just like keep getting beer.
Well, the goal was to go for dinner and to have a drink with dinner, not to go drink and then grab something to eat.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to go here and have some food, and then I start having a drink, and then the food comes. I'm like, I'm not even hungry anymore because I started drinking.
Rod, what's the ingredients in that one again? Or what's that? What's the
coffee and chocolate? It's a coffee chocolate Dragon's Milk Reserve. Yeah.
Is it stout?
Yeah.
It's Dragon's Milk, barrel aged.
It's got that nice coffee smell to it, like the old school, like when they used to, you guys might be too young but they used to have in grocery stores where they would grind the coffee in the aisles at grocery stores when you would go to get coffee. And like Peggy, you probably remember this, like you would go to get a thing of coffee, they would put the beans in and grind out so to fill your bag to take with you rather than how it is now, you just buy it. And it has that smell of just the grounds being like
the aroma.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to do that at grocery. Like on the coffee aisle, they had like a little grinding machine. You could put your bag under and grind the beans.
And you get a little bit of a spice kick on the back end.
Yeah.
Almost like a little bit of a rye spice kick on the back. Yeah, this is.
Was it good?
It's Dragon's Milk. Yeah, it's good.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like this one. It's pretty decent.
Some variants are better than others, but
Oh yeah.
I just
Yeah,
feel like
but you know what the thing is, like this year, like last year and the years before was like 2023 number 1 or 2023 number 2 or whatever. Like this one just has just the coffee chocolate. It doesn't say like any number on it. So
but it's
that might be
barrel-aged.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's got some bourbon in it.
Yeah. A little woody, a little oaky. Yeah.
Like even when I was like really into wine, I'm like, is it aged in oak barrel? Like I don't like the oak. And just like with the stouts, I do not like the bourbon barrel. They're like, this is such a good stout, taste it. And I'm like, was it aged in bourbon barrels? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, and he's like, you can't taste it. And I'm like, okay. And then I'll taste it. I'm like, I can taste it.
Yeah, you can taste it in a lot of. There's other barrels they're using now, like tequila or gin or vodka, different other liquors and wines as well.
Yeah, that one don't. I don't taste any bourbon in
No,
that.
there isn't none in that one. Just a black chocolate stout.
Brooklyn.
Pancakes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one from Brooklyn. Yeah.
I know that you're supposed to let them get to room temperature, but I think I would enjoy that one if it was really cold. But
Using waffle as a deep fried chicken sandwich.
chicken and
what
waffles. Yes.
So, again, the crazy stuff that we do here in America for everybody outside of America watching. KFC brought their sandwich back.
Oh, the
double something.
What do they call it? What do they call that thing?
It's double. I don't know. I call it pretty much heart attack on a between two pieces of chicken type thing. So where the chicken is actually the bun, and then they have in between. Why?
What is that called? What is that called?
I've never heard of that.
So it's like 2 chicken breasts,
With
fried
a
chicken
piece of
breast.
bread in between it.
No. Your bread is the chicken.
The bread, yeah, the bread is the chicken, and then they have the whatever inside of the.
Yeah.
I forget what they call it, but they just come back.
KFC Double Down.
Double down. Yeah.
So it's 2 pieces of fried chicken as the bread, contains bacon, cheese, and a sauce. So
it's basically 2 chicken breast, fried chicken breast with something in
cheese and bacon thrown in the middle of it in the sauce, and it's like, okay, America doesn't have enough health problems that we want to go and throw this out there.
Right.
But
I've never had it. No,
But Rod, have you had it?
No, I wouldn't even touch it. I wouldn't even. Yeah, that would be something I even want to. Now, if I'd have been back in college or something like that, I would have probably done it because you're more active back then. But now I'd be like,
what?
It doesn't even sound good.
What did Fran Sanford used to say? I'm coming. What was her name?
Elizabeth. Yeah, Elizabeth. Yeah.
Yeah, Elizabeth. I'm coming.
No, but
that's what that would be for sure.
You know, my favorite thing at KFC though, it's like I'm not a big KFC fan. I mean, like every once in a while, I'll like it, but their chicken pot pie is so delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, it is so good. I wanted White Castle a little bit ago, but now I want chicken pot pie.
But every now and again, we'll get a bucket of fried chicken.
Yeah. And then I'm usually disappointed because it's super, super greasy.
Well, when I first moved to Kentucky again, KFC's there, and they got rid of them at a lot of spots. They used to have KFC buffets when you went to the restaurant.
We got one here still. Down the street.
I mean, people would do work. I mean, it was worse than the Golden Corral buffet at points with just food everywhere, just
elbows up, helmet on.
Well, personally, I was a little upset when they got rid of the wedges and they turned them into French fries.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever had French fries or wedges from them. I think it was more the chicken, corn, potatoes, sometimes macaroni, biscuits, coleslaw.
Yeah, no, their
wedges was really good. Their fries are actually. I mean,
they're good, but if you've not had the wedges before, like if those French fries were at a different restaurant, they would be good. But I know what they used to have.
Right,
they used to have them wedges, and now I'm like,
fair enough.
I know.
Yeah.
I do like the Nashville hot chicken strips or whatever that they have. They're acting.
Yeah, their story was pretty good. On the food that built America too, but nowadays it's kind of like the one that's always like probably the most intriguing fast food spot is probably freaking Burger King, because they come out with stuff that you're like, what is going on here? Like they have some new burgers where it's like French toast bread or some type of bread, like, and it's just like I haven't had it, but I've seen a commercial for it, and it's just like I would probably try that, but I'm like that's got to be like 900 calories alone to even try that. So
Maybe.
yeah, maybe.
Do it on a day where you're like, you wake up, you haven't eaten all day, and you're like, I need something to eat, and you go and I'm like, I'm gonna go get that, and then you eat that, and then you don't eat anything else the rest of the day because if you're gonna get that, you're gonna be full for the rest of the day.
I don't know. I probably could throw it down and still be good a few hours later. It's kind of like, you go to Sonic. Like Sonic is the worst restaurant for calorie counters. If you're a calorie counter, the last place you should ever go is to Sonic because anything you look on there, everything is almost like 4 numbers on calories. They have like the dessert, like a small shake is like 1,000 calories or whatever. It's just like the steak, the freezes, the burgers, the dog, everything is just like. I guess I'll eat my whole meal today, so for the whole day. But yeah, so
yes,
yeah, but it is good. Like you can't live in a box, right? You got to enjoy yourself too.
Yeah, because if you look at how many calories, you're not going to enjoy it. So why even get it?
That's what I'm saying. It should be naive. Like they shouldn't even tell you it's Sonic. It should just be like, just know you're going to be fatter when you leave, and just leave it at that.
It should be like some beers. Don't put the ABV on it.
No, we need to know the ABV.
No, I know, but you probably should know the calories too. So I'm just saying, just be like some of the beer companies. Don't put the ABV, don't put the calories on there. Who cares? Just eat it.
See, people think I'm so irresponsible, and I don't.
Or just drink it. Who cares if you're drunk and 2 beers?
Instead of putting calories, it should be like little fat, more fat, way too fat, and then you just know.
And obese. Yeah.
No, but people don't think I go out and I'm like, I'll be like, my brother here, him, they'll like, taste this. And I'm like, oh, that's good. And then I'll be like, what's the ABV on that? And I'm like, if it's above like 5, no, thank you, because I want to be here for the rest of the night. I don't want to like go home after I have that one beer. So literally, I do not drink anything over like 6% is the highest I will go.
Unless it's a beer festival.
Yeah. Because it's a tiny little bit.
Right.
Just a little bit.
It's
like 50 cents. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I did do that when we went to Tailspin. And I had one that was really good. I'm like, what's the ABV on that? And she was like, it's like really high. I'm like, thank you. It was delicious, but I will not be back.
Oh no, that was the peanut butter one that you say was better than.
So
they also had what was the other one that they had?
I don't remember.
It was a French toast or something.
Yeah, a French toast. Southern Tier is a French toast one too.
It was sweet though, but it was good.
But when we went, I was like, we were drinking and they had the best band ever. They were called Tony and the Tan Lines. On this big stage, and I've been drinking and I'm like, I feel amazing. I'm like drunk, but not like drunk to where I'm gonna get sick. I'm like, I just want to go dance. So I was up there, I was just dancing, and Todd and Byron, they were like, hey, yo, I'm like, I'm fine, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not drinking no more. And then they went off and drank some more, and then they came back, and I was perfectly happy. I'm like to have fun.
So did you get the chance to try the peanut butter cup?
Yes.
So what did you think of it?
Yeah, you had it too. It was really good.
Yeah,
it was really good. But it was, I don't know. I'm kind of torn between the.
I think it would taste more like a Reese's than the.
I think it depends on what you're looking for. If you want more of the sweeter side, then that one would be the best. And if you want the other one, then the
Fat Bear.
Fat Bear would be the one.
I think as far as like tasting like a Reese's, I think that one Southern Tier was more. But to me, Fat Bear was more like a Butterfinger.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily think that one was better than the other. I just think
it's different
in what you're looking for. You know what I mean? Like if you want more of a sweeter type beer, then go with that one. If you want more of the, like you said, Butterfinger type beer, not as sweet, but you get the flavor, whatever, then go with the Fat Bear. Yeah,
see, I was always more of a Reese's person, so that's why I probably like that.
So that makes sense.
Yeah,
but I would think, but I could see why like Joe and Mallory or whatever would lean towards the Fat Bear because I feel like the sweetness of the beer sort of would throw people off a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to me, I was like, okay, that was good. Like I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I got that review. I got to release here shortly too. But I agree
I
with you.
I don't know that I could say I prefer one over the other because I like them both really. I mean, it'd be like a 1A type thing, 1A, 1B type thing. You know what I mean? Like if the dad was feeling more sweet, then I would go with that one. If it was dad's feeling more like I just want the flavor but not so much the sweetness, then I'd go with the Fat Bear. Then you know what I mean? Like,
oh, the thing is, you're not losing either way. So
no,
yeah.
for sure. But I don't think it's an argument of which is better because I think it's like I said, I think it just depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Right.
In the beer.
Yeah, because sometimes you want this and sometimes you want that, you know? You don't want, I don't know.
You're right.
I'm making it complicated.
You may be right there, Gilbert. Maple syrup isn't that. I love some good maple syrup. So, and Gilbert gets the true maple syrup there in Canada. So, yeah, that's not hard. And that's hard. Not a boner in any type of way. Pancakes from scratch. So Didi's pancakes as well. Sweet potato pie. I can do some sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie. Can you do pumpkin pie?
Yeah, I like pumpkin.
If you do pumpkin pie, you should do sweet potato pie.
I don't think
I should, but I don't.
I don't think I've ever had sweet potato pie, honestly.
Well, Stephanie brought that yam casserole over this.
Oh, that was pretty
That
good.
was
Okay,
pretty
well,
good.
if you wouldn't, yeah, that was good.
I mean, I could tolerate that, but I mean, it was pretty good.
If you didn't know that's what it was, you'd probably be like,
No, but right, I'm just not like. I mean, if it wasn't called a potato, a sweet potato, then maybe I'd have a different. But I'm like, you call it a potato, and that's not like.
It's not
I know
potato. I mean,
you're right. Right.
Cheers, Bart. What's
but
up,
the
homie?
smell of it, like I think I could appreciate the taste, but the smell of it just gives me a headache. Like I'm walking into a candle store or a perfumery, and it's just so sweet and.
I need to look at the history between like sweet potato and pumpkin pies because sweet potato pies are always favored by black people, but pumpkin pies are always favored by white people. And I enjoy both, but I'm kind of curious where it all came from. Was it just like,
now that you said that,
why is there a divide there? Why is there a divide between like, sweet potato and pumpkin?
You tell me, because I'm curious. I love history.
I don't know. I have to research that to find
I'm kind
out.
of wondering too now that you said that because that is true. But I wonder why is that?
Why is there a divide there between the sweet potato? You go sweet potato, you go pumpkin. Why? Why can't we have both? Why can't we interchange?
Right. Why is it? Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, both are good. Put Cool Whip on either, and I'm good to go. You know.
So you can make an actual pie out of sweet potatoes?
Yeah, sweet potato pie. Yeah.
Sweet potato pie.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's basically almost like it's almost like pumpkin pie. Like there's sweet potato beer, yam beer, just like there is pumpkin beer, and they're not that much different between each other. So yeah.
What's the difference between a yam and a sweet potato?
Tom, the beer whisperer, sent a beer to us years ago when we used to live around the corner from John Sharon.
Yeah, John. Yeah.
We had one of the sweet potato beers that I forgot who brewed that now, but Tom sent it to us and we had it and it was pretty damn good. Like it was really good.
Yeah.
And you're right, it was kind of didn't quite have the spices of like a pumpkin beer would have.
No, I'm gonna go get my
a little more
notebook.
subtle. Yeah.
I need to write this down.
Yeah, they both come out around fall and everything. She got the notebook again?
I remember,
Yeah, my notebook's down here.
I remember the can was like a silver can. I could look it up on Untapped and it'd come up, but I can't remember. I forget who brewed it though, but it was good though. It was like one of their flagship type beers or whatever.
And we got Craig, birthday boy, back in the house. Although I guess now it's for him. His birthday was yesterday because he's ahead of us. So
right, true.
Twilight evening.
He's
in the morning.
I'm back in.
Oh my God, Craig! Like it's
probably a half hour ago, but
we had the time change. I'm not sure if he's 5 hours ahead of us or 6 at this point, or 4.
Oh, it's true. I think they changed. I think they changed too.
I think he went back to 5 or 6. Haley showed me amazed by drive-throughs, maybe.
All right, I need to tell you this before before we go too much further, my mom sent me this text that says she saw on the news where they are trying to make a powdered beer where you just add water and mix it. It gets foam on top and everything.
Well, it's funny she said
She
that.
told me to tell you that so that we could talk about it, I guess.
No, I appreciate it. It's funny she said that because I did have a segment where I was going to do beer news, but we've had so much fun doing other stuff that I never got around to it. But German brewers invented the first powdered beer.
There you go, man. That's what it was. That's what it was.
And so essentially, they created a powder form because beer is 90% water, where you would add water to it and it would end up fermenting out to the beer. And it's not something where you're going to have like individual use. So it's not like you're going to have the Folgers in people's houses when you wake up. I want to go make a beer and make it instant. But there are large companies that might be invested into this where they can actually now get it done this way. And they're making it an alcoholic form. It's going to be interesting. I don't know how you would.
Would that be like, instead of Tang, would that be like an astronaut's brew or whatever? Like send it with the astronauts because you just add water and there you go. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could try to do something. They'll probably test this. Hey, how's this work in space type thing, right? Yeah. So, but I like the Tang reference. It's like a beer Tang they're actually making right now.
You're right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
I have a more like problem that we should be worried about on Earth instead of space.
Sweetened pumpkin pie.
No. Potato is like the most confusing word to spell because it's like if it's potato, then you just end it with an O. But if it's potatoes, you put an E on it. Am I correct?
Oh, it messed up Dan Quayle. It messed him up for his career. Yeah, he couldn't spell that for anything.
So maybe I can run for vice president one day.
Potato is, but with the potatoes,
it's an ES.
Yeah.
That just does not look right. That doesn't look right.
Potato?
Oh, this
doesn't look right. Just potato.
Yeah.
It doesn't look right. Feel
That's
like
it.
E on the end.
That's how you spell it.
Yeah, and see, you too could be vice president.
Yeah, you're too advanced for that spot. You can't.
I don't even think you have to run for vice president. I think you're just like the tag along. You're like the third wheel on a date. You know, you're just there.
Right.
Okay.
What do they actually? Yeah, right.
To make me feel better, I'm gonna put sweet potatoes pie. So I can add an ES.
Okay.
If Dan Quill's watching, he's gonna love you for that. He's like, I love her. Dan Quill's like, I love her. She's awesome.
Don't know if that should make him feel good, but hey, I'm here for whatever anybody needs.
He's like, I knew it. I knew there was somebody else.
I mean, but that's fair. Like, don't you ever get like mixed up when you're like spelling potato? Like,
I mean, we learned how to spell potato at a pretty young age.
Yeah, until they introduce nose.
Until it's multiples, then you're screwed.
Yeah, and then you're like, did I learn that?
It's like this one guy on TikTok. He's all the different combinations of English. Like English language is like, how do you say that?
Dee Dee said he checked the ingredients. He said they both have eggs, but Miracle Whip has sugar. That's the sweetness that I hate in other spices. But he said they both have eggs. Interesting.
Okay. All right.
And I said, I guess it does have eggs. Okay. So, yeah. This is like Scrabble. And somebody's like, I'm going to do a word challenge.
It totally is. See, it's a learning show. You learn.
Like the Reading Rainbow.
It is kind of like the Reading Rainbow.
Yes, I did that as well, Big Daddy. Stick a butter knife in it to get it flowing. Yeah, that was it. Or you smack the bottom too.
Yeah, it tells you where to put your finger and where to smack it. It has directions on the bottle. Like hold it here.
Wait a minute, directions? Really? I never saw the directions.
You must not like your. You must not.
It doesn't have directions on the bottle, does it?
Yes, it does.
Smack it right here. It'll like it.
Yeah. Smack it hard.
Smack it like you own it.
And do it fast.
It probably doesn't.
Do it fast.
It probably doesn't anymore because nobody paid attention.
Probably not.
No, people weren't even looking.
It says figure it out for yourself on the side of the
They're all
bottle.
squeeze bottles.
People weren't even eating anymore. They just wanted the ketchup bottles. They were just, can I get the ketchup bottles so I can smack it for a little bit?
We're going old school.
Smack it like it drops. Smack it like it drops.
No, but Rod, do you see, I was just thinking about the potato and the potatoes thing.
Potato and potatoes?
Yeah. potatoes, patatas. You know what I mean. So I'm just like, I like to write things. I don't like to like put it in. I don't like to type. I like to write things. So like if you're on the computer and you're typing it, then it can be like misspelled, and then you have to like
autocorrect,
and then you'd be like, no. So, but I'm like, I write stuff, and then I'm like, that don't look right. So I'm old school. I love to write.
So then to make it look right, you go to the plural form of it.
Or I just put next to it.
Well, the funny thing is, you wrote in cursive there, didn't you?
No, my writing is.
Or did you print it?
Have printing.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh, I don't know which. Yeah, like I do.
Oh, okay, you did print it. Okay, and you did a little bit. Yeah, okay.
I mean, it is kind of like a semi.
Printing, yeah, but like my writing is like.
Writing's kind of semi.
Like I do, like I'll write something, and some of the letters are in print, and some of them are in cursive.
When she writes in cursive, it looks like she's left-handed. You know how like left-handers make it slant the opposite way? That's kind of how she writes. But she's right-handed.
Well, it's just funny because all those years we were in school, they had us writing in cursive, and like nobody ever does it anymore now. It's like a dead language. It's just like, And you ever try to go back? You try to go back and write in cursive.
Yeah, when I write stuff, I always print.
Did anything?
Yeah. Well, now it's like you try to go back and you're like, how did I write in cursive back then?
I know.
It's like some letters.
That's why
and you're like the hell with it. I'll just print it out instead. Yeah.
See, I would love to learn calligraphy because I just think it's beautiful.
I used to do calligraphy in middle school.
Right. And then I'm like, well, what?
Kelly's mom used to teach me.
Who?
Kelly's mom.
Oh, yeah.
She taught me how to do it.
Y'all need to stop hating on the Miracle Whip.
It's okay.
I know.
Hey,
said Gilbert to your comment earlier.
No.
He said, get out the street, Paul. So I call the
police.
When the kids were playing football.
Police would be coming at our house every single day then back in the day.
Back in the day, hardcore. We were hardcore on our bike. No bike helmets or anything. We were jumping all kinds of stuff. Miracle Whip is cooked versus mayo not cooked. That must be why a brother can eat the Miracle Whip.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, because the eggs are like the heat gets all the allergens out. Probably.
I went French toast in the States. Craig said, "It's a good." But when you went into France though instead, because France, I mean, it is French toast.
Like I do feel the British, like isn't that it? Like is he considered British? Like
yeah, he's British, but here's the thing: like the British breakfast is the bomb kind of breakfast. Like when I go to a pub and they base like the British breakfast, and they have like the meats and the eggs and the beans and all. That's like they know how to get down and eat a nice little breakfast to get you all hearty in the morning. So I would love a British breakfast.
Well, I watch a lot of like YouTubes and like British people talking about America, and they're like biscuits and gravy. They don't know that gravy can be white. Gravy.
They don't have that kind of gravy.
It's all brown gravy.
Right either. He's like, "What's biscuits and gravy?" What is that?
Yeah.
I knew what it was. I just had it.
No, I know. I'm just.
I know.
I'm just messing with you.
But yeah,
I can't help. I was born a damn Yankee. What?
There is white gravy though, but there is a brown gravy.
Yeah, like I don't care for brown gravy, but I like white gravy.
But Rod always said he never had biscuits and gravy until recently.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell have you been eating?
I'm a Yankee.
Or fried bologna, or biscuits and gravy.
I was born in the North. The North don't have that kind of stuff. Have you ever had scrapple? See, you never had scrapple.
Scrapple sounds like a bunch of fish guts.
Sort of fat fish.
Have you had Geta?
Had what?
Geta.
Never heard of it.
You never heard of Geta in Cincinnati?
No.
Todd, you've heard of Geta before, right?
Do I?
You've heard of Geta. Your brother's heard of Geta because he was up in Cincinnati.
I'm gonna write that down in my GETTA.
GOETTA.
GOETTA.
Todd's
like like a form of
like a breakfast meat. I guarantee your brother's
kind of like a sausage, but it's not really sausage.
Kind of like that, yeah.
What is it though? Actually, is it just
what animals is it made of?
It's pork, but it's like breaded. And Scrapple is kind of like it, but Scrapple is done a different type of way. But rolled oats, I think.
Scrapple.
One is rolled oats and one is fried.
That sounds delicious.
People love Get Fest in Cincinnati.
I didn't know how to spell
yeah.
Geta. I definitely do not know
He
how to
just does
spell
this.
Scrapple. Yeah, but you said
Scrapple. SCERA.
Scrapple's in PA in New Jersey. Get is in Ohio, Cincinnati. It's a German meal.
Oh.
I don't know how you spell it either, but
GOECA.
No, we're talking about Scrapple now.
Oh, SCRAPPLE. Just like like scrap, like apple.
So I did it with one P.
Like scramble, but the B's are P's.
So
just SCR in front of apple.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think I need to learn any new more good foods to eat.
A reserve yum. Miracle Whip is the pull my finger guy at the party. We need it no longer. Oh, you can always have the pull my finger guy at the party.
I mean, I just think you all are being a little inconsiderate about Miracle Whip.
I think so too.
Like,
they're hating on the Miracle Whip.
Because you don't like it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means you don't enjoy it, and maybe we do. So maybe you should just be like, "Hey, I don't like it, and you do. I'm glad you have it."
I've got an anti-Miracle Whip crowd tonight. I'll gladly make you French toast, Craig.
I'll buy some Miracle Whip to go with it.
Yes, I do not like to eat ham without Miracle
Whip. I never knew that.
Since my birthday, probably will, Craig. You're right. Time will get through. It might be your birthday again next year. It might be in 2024 right now.
You're right. Happy birthday again, Craig.
This seems Shannon had a problem riding her bike. There are these things called training wheels.
Hey, listen, it don't matter. Like, I'll learn how to do it, and then I'll forget it the next day.
Hey,
I like to injure myself.
Anytime you want to bring the smoker down, I'm on board.
Vanessa, let me know when you do that because we're coming that way.
Yeah, Vanessa can do anything better than we do.
Okay, mincemeat. I've never had a mincemeat pie. I've heard of mincemeat pies.
I haven't either, and I've heard of that also, but I've never had it.
JT, I don't know why you want to do that. Why you put raisins in tuna salad? I'm not sure.
Hey, no, Rod, to be fair, we're like, they're giving us such a hard time about the Miracle Whip.
No.
Maybe just be like, I don't think that's good, but I'm glad you enjoy raisins.
Have you ever been to a picnic where somebody put raisins in potato salad? It causes a whole disturbance.
Raisins in anything seems a disturbance.
Hey, well, you all just gave them a free, then you can't say anything to them about giving a shit about Miracle Whip.
Oh, no. Everybody has a right to their opinion. I'm just saying, raisins in tuna salad, there's no, you couldn't pay me enough to try that. I mean, I'm not a raisins person, but
I'm glad that JT Tom Davis 62 has raisins.
That's James.
I'm glad JT has raisins.
Yeah. Deep fried banana. Never had a deep fried banana.
There's nothing that I've ever had deep fried that was bad.
I've had a deep fried
raisin. I'd probably like.
You go to Vegas, get a deep fried Twinkie or deep fried
Oreos.
Oh my god, that's freaking heaven. That's heaven in a little paper container.
Or Rod, you could just go to a carnival and you could have a deep fried anything.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, but if you do it in Vegas, it's just that much better. Because you're in Vegas. Vegas, baby.
You're in Vegas. Yeah, true.
Well, not everything. Depending where you're at.
You'll enjoy that at the time, I bet. But
oh, yeah. Vegas
maybe the next morning you're like, did I really enjoy that?
You know, the first couple times I went to Vegas, it was like, I don't see what the big buzz. And then when we hung out on Fremont Street, it was definitely a lot better. Old Vegas.
Old Vegas.
The party is much better than the Strip.
Bomb for sure.
Yeah,
that's where we want to go. Like, the Old Vegas is great.
Yeah. It's like,
I love all the parts of Vegas.
I mean, all of it is good, but like the Old Vegas where they had the awning on top of it with the light show or whatever. Like,
and when you get in the harness and when you go over the woods and like on the line and
zip line or whatever.
The zip line on Old Vegas. Yeah, they had the zip line on Old Vegas. Oh, in Ceiling. You don't remember that?
Oh, you're talking about a Fremont where you zip line right down the middle and everything. That's pretty cool.
Yes,
I remember that. Okay. I remember seeing people do that. I'm like, I would never do that.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, people do that. And you go to Hogs and Heifers. I got to drink at a biker bar. Got that off the bucket list by going to Hogs and Heifers in Vegas.
How didn't we go to Hogs and Heifers?
It's a fun time. Hogs and Heifers, if you ever go to Vegas, It's right off of Fremont Street. And
Okay.
it's actually a biker bar. All the bartenders are all women that actually work in it. And they make up crazy drinks, but it's like one of those places, like you hear about the restaurants in Chicago where they berate the customers. So they make up drinks, and it's just like, you know what it is. And like they give them a bullhorn, and they'll
Like,
they'll start dogging the guys out to make them drink something. Like they'll try to emasculate you or whatever it is. But it's funny when they do it and everything. It's a
I
great
would be
bar.
so good at that
For
job.
sure,
I
for
would be
sure,
so
yeah.
good at that job.
Yeah. So Hogs and Heifers is really what they kind of based Coyote Ugly off of. So Coyote Ugly was kind of the glamorous part, but really Hogs and Heifers was the first one to actually do something like that, where they dance in the bar and all kinds of stuff. But it's a blast. You have a great time.
All right.
I mean, I would have been good. They wouldn't hire me now because I'm old, but when I was young, I would have been so good at that job.
It's hilarious when you go there. I do make all the styles of pizza crust.
Of course you did, Nessa.
Why wouldn't you? Haven't found the reserves this year. Here.
Diver.
Sort of Dragon's Milk and Guinness 100 on the cellar steps. Yeah, that's a great place to have on the cellar steps for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Double heart attack. That's what I'm saying with the KFC sandwich.
You're
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, no, we call this the bypass special. Yeah. Happy New Year, Peggy. I don't think I've had a chat for you. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Peggy, but that's always have good conversations there. Hey, Trez. Right, get to the KFC double down. It's made for a man without cares. I'm not messing with that double down, Emerson.
A man with a ticket to the hospital.
20 years ago would have been one thing.
Health insurance.
You're right.
Back when it was like I would eat like 2 quarter pounders or something like that and everything, yeah, that would have been fine. But nowadays,
I mean, I think there's got to be some bread in there. It's not going to be that good if there's no bread.
it's KFC chicken. I mean, it's 2 chicken breasts.
Be pretty good.
And the sauce and the bacon. I mean, bacon makes everything better in itself.
Right.
And then whatever cheese they got. So, yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of people that enjoy it.
He says to come to a Burger King temptation recently and try one of their chicken sandwiches. It was gross. I won't be able to go back to Burger King for another 10 years at least.
I bet. No, my favorite chicken sandwich at Burger King is the grossest sandwich they have.
Sub one or
It's
whatever.
like the classic, and it's like
The long one?
The bun, yes.
That's her favorite one.
And it's so gross.
Of course it is, Rod. Why wouldn't it be?
Well, wouldn't it be, right? Yeah.
It's so gross. Like, I eat it. I'm like, this is like the slimiest sandwich I've ever eaten, but it tastes so good.
Yeah. She likes
So
that chicken sandwich too. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm on Burger King. I'm getting a Whopper or a double Whopper or something. I mean,
Well, we go to Burger King when the line at McDonald's and Taco Bell and it's like I'll tell Todd, I'm like, hey, can you get me something here? And I'm like, but if the line's too long, then you can go here. And
Big Daddy says he's had double down. He said double down rules. He's had 2 recently. Awesome. So he's on the double down train. He's okay slapping the chicken together.
that's a lot of meat, dude.
That is. I mean, but that's like the Hungry Man meal of sandwiches, right? Because that's another thing that we had at Gen X. We grew up with Hungry Man. We grew up with TV dinners.
I love TV dinners.
You know what I mean? Like the gender, like that was part of our generation. Like if parents were at work, we'd put a TV dinner in the oven or something like that and everything. Yeah, it was just, that's something we grew up as Gen Xers that.
No, my dad, he was a truck driver and he was gone a lot. And then Mom, they were married till I was like 10. But my dad always says, me and my brother were raised on, because my dad wasn't there. He was like, you and your brother were raised on Chicken Littles and noodles. Mom, she'd come home and she'd make like noodles and put butter and like stewed tomatoes in it. And I'm like, I'm perfectly happy with that. I'm really disappointed that KFC's Chicken Littles are not the same as they used to be.
The carbs are good for energy. So yeah. We got Erie in the house. Cheers, Erie. We were playing a little Call of Duty earlier. Powdered beer. What the hell? Yeah, I mean, it's new things they're coming up with nowadays. Good night. I'll have to get some rest for tomorrow to tee off. Cheers. Cheers, DD. Keep them straight in the fairway, my friend. Let's get that early tea time. Night, DD. Yes, the Heinz bottle has the area where to hit it.
Exactly. See? It has instructions on it.
Smack it like you own it.
Yes.
Whoever can't read or write cursive, it doesn't know how to address an envelope. How do you not know how to address an envelope?
Because everything's email now.
It's true. Like young people can't do a rotary phone either. He did that little video about them like struggling with a rotary phone.
I hate rotary phones.
Yeah, but we knew how to do them too. Erie's no type of mail regardless. Yeah. Get you some grits, egg biscuits with sausage gravy. Oh my God, yes. See, that's some southern meal right there. Yeah.
What's up, Erie?
Grits, eggs, biscuits, and
yeah, that sounds really
good. Yeah. Just put it all together, and it's yum. It's yum in your mouth. Miracle Whip is trash food for trail trash food.
Hey, Rod, if you were here,
Here we go.
Hey, Rod, look, fist bump me. We're trailer trash.
Oh yeah, trailer trash. Yeah, I'm all about the Miracle Whip
too. So.
I like when BK had chicken whoppers, and BK has been shit for years.
Ooh.
See, I think BK's like they'll challenge anybody. They did tacos. They did nuggets.
They try real hard.
I'm surprised they
what was when they just did the Italian chicken? What was that? Chicken with Italian.
Oh yeah, the marinara sauce. Yeah,
marinara sauce and the mozzarella on it.
But there's no fast food restaurant that smells better than Burger King.
That is true. Yeah.
The Whopper smell that like you.
Well, it's that grill. It's like a barbecue, right? It's because you're doing the flame grill. Yeah. So. It's another great story on the food that built America with the Burger King story. Yeah.
I really like some White Castles. Like I'm like so into White Castles.
I know they roam me.
But I'm like, where's Kylie?
She's still at work.
Oh, she can't do email either. Oh, so she can't do email and she can't address an envelope. And what would she say she does around there? What's her job?
I would eat 2 of them. Or her parents. Her parents probably take care of it.
I feel like she should have a meeting with the 2 Bobs. Like, what do you say you exactly do around here?
What? Yeah,
you can't do an envelope and you can't do the email.
The job. That's what I'm wondering.
Big sausage in your mouth, always good.
I was gonna say that's what she said, but that is what she said.
That is what she said.
No.
Get that mouthful of sausage.
I agree.
Restaurant is going to be called Stacy's Box. How are we back to Stacy all the time? Like, we're back to Stacy's Box.
Who's Stacy?
And what about her box?
Yeah, it's a long running joke with Stacy and her box.
We know about the box.
Okay.
Yeah, we know about the box, and yeah. Can't believe we're back to that again, but yeah. Oh wow, UCLA is up on Gonzaga 46-33.
You need another one now from downstairs.
So Gonzaga goes out. I'm definitely done.
Yeah, my mom just texted me and said Florida Atlantic's beating Tennessee by 7.
This tournament has been one of the craziest tournaments I've seen. It's been,
no doubt.
Which for basketball is kind of great to see some of the parity there. It's good to see some of these other teams actually be able to.
I know. I kind of hope they all. It'd be awesome, like the Final Four is just like all the teams that wouldn't expect. Princeton, Florida Atlantic, whatever, you know.
Yeah, the BK burger bundles back in the day. It's funny because in high school, one of my jobs was working at Burger King, and that's when they came out with the bundles back then, and those things were kind of pain in the butt, but they were pretty tasty. That's the one thing about working in fast food. You didn't starve because you always have food you had. You wanted it.
Right.
You'd be amazed how much they throw away some of the plates. Like you make a hamburger, or you just throw it into the trash or whatever. There's like tons of food that gets thrown away there. Stacy in the whole house, right? Sticky as well. Between Gilbert and Erie with the whole Stacy in the box thing.
What about her mom? Stacy's mom. What about her mom?
Stacy's mom had it going on.
Right.
Stacy's mom had it going on. So there was nothing wrong with Stacy's mom. It was Stacy.
Did she go? It was probably because some little dweeb that was in high school.
Oh, Kansas State won and UConn won. At least somebody won from the Big 12. You go to the Elite Eight. Best conference in the league. Yeah. Not seeing that.
Yeah, Florida Atlantic's up 7 with 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, I see that there.
Gonzaga down 7 with. Well, I just started the second half, so.
No, I have a question. When we were at Fistful tonight, I was asking. I'm like, okay, if you could like have your own business and you knew it couldn't fail, what would you pick?
If you can have your own business and you know
You could have your own business
And you knew it was good to go, like it wouldn't.
and it would not fail.
Wouldn't have to matter. Wouldn't matter.
What would you pick?
a brewery.
Of course, I knew you were going to say that. That's what you said, didn't it?
That's what I would say. Secondly, would be a restaurant, probably.
Mine is a doggy daycare.
Doggy daycare?
Yes.
Well, that one wouldn't fail, probably anyway.
Well, you're a dog lover, so I mean,
places that
makes
drop the dog off and leave. So
yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't as fascinating question as I thought it was going to be.
The one French fry would also work in the glass. Well, I mean, you could. Is it your bottle of ketchup though? I mean, you don't put your French fry in anybody's ketchup. I'm just saying. You know, you would put your fry into that hole. It would be your hole or somebody else's hole.
Well, he's talking about he don't want to dump the ketchup out, so he just wants to dip his French fry into the bottle. I think's what he's saying.
Or is he trying to get it to unplug the ketchup and pour it out?
yeah, that's the way I was thinking. It was
That's
using
smacking it.
try to get it to start coming
No,
out.
I understand what he's saying because I do that sometimes. I'll order something and
But
I
I know
want
what you're
mayonnaise or tartar sauce, and I'll take a French fry and spread it on
But
my
I know what you're
sandwich.
saying is like, why not just dip the fry?
But if it's a table ketchup, or you put your fry in the table ketchup, no one has been out on the table. You know who's been in that ketchup.
Yeah, you don't.
Well, I mean, if it was already there when I came,
I mean,
I'm not
I guess-
dipping it in there. I'm
I
not
guess
going
it
to be like,
doesn't matter.
oh, look, I got some French fries, and they didn't bust this table, and there's some French fries on it.
What
There's
would be-
some ketchup. I would not, like,
Yeah, but what would be the difference of doing that and then pouring it on your plate and then dipping it anyway? So it wouldn't be any different, really. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you hear? I'm like, if we sat down at a table.
I wasn't saying that to you.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying in general, like, what would be the difference in dipping it or just pouring it out somebody else's already whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't saying that to you.
Like, there's going to be many other things that will kill us in this lifetime. Like, it depends on how bad you want that ketchup.
I bet you want that drip. Yeah. Stinky crab filled box. Oyster on the box. Seafood platter. I love White Castle.
Off the rails.
Yes, the White Castles. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Except for they changed their fish sandwich around here.
Yeah, we had when I went to Cincinnati last year for work.
It's a different writing on it now.
Came back one night from we had drinking event and stuff. Everybody started talking and stuff. So one of the people were like, "We need some White Castle." So they set out and had White Castle bar. They came back with the suitcase type things, and I'm going to admit it was hitting. Like it was hitting afterwards. We've been drinking, so it was like this actually works well to have some White Castle.
I don't think White Castle's is good. I mean, it's good, but it's way better if you've been drinking for sure. Like there's something with drinking and White Castles that goes together.
And I think that's where they get the bad rap. It's like, I eat White Castles, and then I'm going to be like, not SHIT. See, I caught myself. I'm going to be like excreting my bowels, and it's going to upset my stomach. But it's not always just about the White Castle. I'm like, you already been drinking all night.
But
So
yo,
don't
yeah.
blame it on the White Castle.
You don't think about it at 3 o'clock in the morning. when
They
you're eating,
always
so-
blame it on the White Castles,
Right.
and it's maybe 50% the White Castles.
Yeah, because you always have the beer spurts regardless.
But
at
it's
some
50%
point,
what you did before the White Castle.
Here's the thing: like if you have White Castle, like White Castle also has very good like milkshake. I'll never get the milkshakes from White Castle, but they're really good there. So if you've been drinking and then you order White Castle and you get the White Castle and you're having a milkshake with the White Castles, how bad is that next morning? That's going to be, as Dr. Dre had his labeled, explosive situation.
Rod, would you want a White Castle or would you want a milkshake after you've been drinking all night?
If I've stopped drinking for a bit, like
Yeah, because I'm just like I've been drinking, and if I introduce milk into this situation, it's not going to be good.
It's a whole
here's the thing: when people drink sometimes they forgot what they've been drinking sometimes, and so
That's true.
someone says, "Oh, milkshake sounds actually good,"
Yeah.
you know, and then you're like, "Oh, I had a beer with lactose. I'm sure it'll be okay."
You're right.
Yeah.
Or you could be Rod,
Or maybe not.
or Rod, you could be like,
And you forgot your lactose intolerant. So yeah.
no, Rod, or you could be like, I'm already screwed, so why not have a milkshake?
Might as well, you know.
Yeah.
Well, At that point, what's worse gonna do?
Yeah.
Blow it all out the mortar, I guess. So yeah. Some guys like that kind of spread. Some guys, yeah. Best thing for fries is malt vinegar or I will say that's one thing about Penn Station they have right is to give you malt vinegar with fries. That is really good.
Like Captain D's or
No, the only
Long
time I
John's or
use malt
whatever.
vinegar is for Long John Silver's. And don't judge me because I eat Long John Silver's.
Are they
sometimes.
still around?
Yeah, they are down here.
Is it like the Long John and KFC together, or Long
No,
John and it's just Long John? Okay.
It used to be, but then they closed that. It was
Well, the one
Long John, A&W, and KFC all together, but then they closed that store down.
Well,
On
it
Grant.
was just on Grant Line,
Yeah.
on State Street.
But we have.
But it was an A&W and a Long John's.
Oh yeah.
But they're all incorporated
Yeah.
the same, yeah.
But yeah.
But I think A&W is gone by the wayside altogether.
But I cannot have Long John Silver's without my malt vinegar. But then we went to a theme park when we were younger with his friend, and they got like the Penn Station fries. They had them there. And he was like, "I need the malt vinegar," and I'm like, "Why would you want Nathan?" When we went with Nathan
Kings
and Holly
Island?
to Kings Island or
Oh.
Kentucky
Well,
Kingdom.
he knows about King's Island because it wasn't too far from
Yeah, and they had the French fries, and he got the vinegar with them. I'm like, vinegar and French fries?
You know what I need to do now that I'm in Maryland? Is we need to go down to Busch Gardens at some point.
I've never tried it though. I bet I probably like it.
You should. But every man
I
still
should
has to that whole
so
house.
many things.
You guys still talking about Stacy? Maybe she just needs a douche or two.
I really hope Stacy
Come
knows
on,
we're
Eric.
no,
Yeah,
but
where's
I hope
Stacy?
Stacy knows we're talking about her.
Where's
and I hope
Stacy
she
at?
feels
Yeah,
very
where's Stacy
special.
at? And her
Stacy's
mom.
don't have as bad as Karen's do, but Stacy's definitely have a reputation out there. Okay, the Spanish chance question: how much would you drink, and what drinks would you have? Your employer didn't give a shit. What would your
Okay.
work week look like?
How much would you drink and what drinks would you have if your employer didn't give a shit? What would your work do? I would be
It'll look like a mess. This is what it would look like.
No. I mean, I would have enough drinks to where I was like, I'm in control of myself. And I would, like, I feel like I should have lived my whole life having 3 beers. Like, I would just be so, like, exactly if I had 3 beers.
I feel like we got screwed on the drinking part because, and I've mentioned this before, like as a kid growing up, watching like reruns of like Bewitched or something like that, they would drink like in their offices on TV, like
I'm Mad Men.
Yeah, like well,
I
even
love it.
like on Bewitched, like Mr. Tate would have Darren come in his office and like offer to make him a drink or whatever, and
Right.
I'm like, oh, he's like, how do we not have that now? Like they used to have bars or whatever, like. You know, it wasn't a huge bar, but it was like, you know, you had your scotch or your gin or something like that in the office. And
Right.
it was okay to have a martini at lunch or whatever. Then something got screwed up and changed. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know. People are just too serious nowadays.
I think as far as I wouldn't get totally drunk because I would want to make sure I get the stuff done I need to get done. But I'd probably have a old fashioned or something like that here or there, some bourbon or something like that. I probably wouldn't be beer, probably like a bourbon or maybe a vodka type drink.
2 or 3, maybe.
Yeah.
I would have 3 beers. Like I'm my peak. When I have 3 beers, I am exactly who I want to be.
As long as you don't go to bed. You make you tired after a
No, 3 beers doesn't. 1 beer, 2 beers might make me tired, but
it's like Stone Cold. I had 1 beer. I had 2 beer. I had 3 beers.
1 beer.
Yeah, 3 beers.
3 beers. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, 3 beers.
4 beers. 5 beers. Yeah.
Yeah, but then if I could have 3 beers,
And a Bloody
every time I
Mary.
worked, then it would just keep going up.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a good. I didn't know that. Okay, 3 beers is the balancing point,
It depends on how much I've had to eat too.
which is nothing most days.
But if I eat a big meal, then 3 beers. I mean, I still feel pretty good after 3 beers, even if I had a hearty meal.
Yeah. I could go for crab with a bun and hold the Miracle Whip. Why are we back to the Miracle Whip again? But
always the miracle.
that's
Because
one thing
it's
about being in
awesome.
Maryland. There's no lack of crab here in Maryland for sure. So crabs everywhere.
Oh my God. I want a Maryland crab cake so bad. I love crab.
The other night I made dinner with crab. We ate crab cakes and coleslaw.
Especially when they get it out of the shell for me.
Well, here they'll give you like the full crab and then mallet, and it's just like you do it yourself. Not like the crab legs at the buffet like you're used to in Indiana, but the full head and everything. You just got to crack it and open. People go to work on them, son. I like one of the rest.
Like it though too, because it's like you got to work for it, and it's kind of like a puzzle, and you're like,
it's like peeling these shrimp in New Orleans, where it's like the head is still on stuff. It's like
I'm not a shrimp person.
Why don't you give me a shortcut version? Like, why you give me the full blown? I gotta do all the work. Like, where's the
just
Cliff Notes? Give me the Cliff Notes.
Peel it,
Cliff
cut
Notes.
it, give me the rest of it.
Yeah. People break
I'll
them
pay
and
$10 more for this meal if you do all that work for me.
then they're like sucking out all the meat and all kind. I mean, they get crazy on them. So, but yeah, people go to work on them.
No, I love some crab.
But they got this cream of crab soup that restaurants serve that is freaking phenomenal. Like, it's got a nice little thickness to it. It's got big lumps of crab meat in it. It's one of the best soups I think I've had.
I want some crab.
I'm going to go out this weekend to eat. That's what it sounded like. Mainline double downs. Yeah, I stick my fries in the table bottles. I don't care who's here. I'm going into that ketchup.
I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. You do you.
You'll take my fry. You'll like it. After booze and milkshakes is a bowl of ice cream hits right. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Helps to glide into the next day.
You're right. Yes, for sure.
All vinegars, eating white vinegars for cleaning, Gilbert says. Why, so what's up, Dorito? Cheers, homie. Being the like button like a redhead said, well, I appreciate that. The joke is, I work from home from financial institution. My boss always asks when I start drinking or a day. I don't just curious. Oh, that's funny, Emerson. Yeah, same type of thing. We'll have to talk about that sometime. Yeah. It's funny, like people think you work. It's what's funny when you work from home, like family members think it's just like, oh, I'm going to call you a so-and-so, or I can do like you're at home. Like, no, I'm working, but you're at home. It's like this is still like my office. Like if I was in the office, you wouldn't call me or something like this, right? Like sometimes they have trouble comprehending. Right. Like, yeah. More vinegar with fish and fries. Oh yes, a splash of Stacy. Why are we back to Stacy again? It's like Potsy, sit on it. Yeah. Hey, crabs wanted to forever to get rid of them. He just wouldn't go away. Hope all is well, homie. Dorito, I haven't spoke to you in a bit, so hopefully you're got some good stuff happening, my friend. Y'all know Dorito. Make sure to check him out. He definitely pops on good amount of different streams and stuff. Great guy. When I work from home, you can bitch by now. I'm waking and baking every day. Yeah. No, and I'm here working. I'm getting stuff done, and just like which is tough because it's like within a few feet for me is the beer, and it's like there's days it's just like I need to crack a beer open, but it's like nope, I'm on the clock. I'm like a police officer. I'm on the clock, and I don't know if they're always on the clock like they said they're on the clock. I guess some of them do drink, yeah. Watch some of those detective shows, they always got a bottle of whiskey in the drawer. So I don't believe they all skip drinks like they're supposed to. But speaking of shows, I didn't watch this week, but are you caught up for Snowfall?
I'm not.
Yes.
No, I'm a couple behind actually.
It's getting pretty tense. So it's heading to that final conclusion type thing. So
there's only like probably a handful of episodes left, right?
Yeah, I think this week was maybe number 4 or 5, so it's probably only 8 or 9, right? So I'm looking forward to
is this the third season? Is this the third season of
like this season? Yeah.
Because I'm like, I think I might like try to watch that again, but like my thing is I start watching something, then I'm MIA. Like I'll be MIA for like 2 weeks when I start watching it.
Yeah. We'll get to relax after. That's why it's better off the clock, JT. Yeah, so we started watching again, like Perry Mason. We're watching the second season of that now. So
I've heard that was good. I haven't watched it, but I've heard it was good.
It's pretty good HBO. So it was a little slower starting off the second season, but it's starting to pick up. I'm really waiting to see True Detective later this year with Jodie Foster being added to the cast for this one. And forgot who her partner was, but I think that's going to be a pretty good one to watch.
I kind of want to watch the what's the one on Showtime with Bryan Cranston? Was the judge?
Oh, the judge or something, or with honor, something like that. Without honor, something.
Something along those lines. I want to watch that one because that looks like it'd be really good.
Rod, my new favorite show is Daisy and the Six on Amazon.
I've never heard of that one.
It just came out. Like the last 2 episodes come out tomorrow, and it's kind of like a band in the 70s. It is a band in the 70s, but I feel like it's kind of like it's a book they made into a show. And I think there's only going to be 1 season.
This is Priscilla Presley's daughter.
Yeah, Riley Keough. It's Elvis Presley's granddaughter plays Daisy.
Okay.
And it's kind of like it's so good, and it gives me Fleetwood Mac vibes, like the band that they're in. But
that must have been one that Howard Stern was talking about.
Probably.
She was like, she's hot, and then she was like, because she has like 2 other kids that are only like 14 years old or something.
Yeah.
And he thought they were like 30 something because she's like 30 something.
She's got
that's what he was like. Oh, she's hot, and then they were like, well, I don't want to talk about them until they're at least 18.
What's this? What's the show?
It's called Daisy and the Six.
Okay.
And it's on Amazon, and it makes me want to be a songwriter.
Really? You like it that much, huh?
Yeah. And now I'm like, well, I'm not big on. And I'm like, I need to learn how to play an instrument. And then I'm like, I can write songs, but then I'm like, I don't have no music, so they're just going to be poems, I guess. I don't know. But I wrote one.
You wrote a poem?
First thing you put the biscuits on.
It's about my song I wrote. It was about I will, but it's about the things in life. You think there's no more joy. I've already figured it out. But sometimes, every once in a while, something happens, and you're like, "Oh my God!" You feel a joy you never thought could happen, and it's based on my daughter. Yeah.
You wrote a song?
I wrote a song.
I had no idea about that.
I did it yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Made me think of a living color there. Wrote a song about it. Like to hear it? Here it go.
Here it goes.
No, but
I used to say all the time, like, wrote a song about it. Like, here it goes.
I mean, it's never going to be a song, but, you know. But I wrote a whole list of words that, like, you could inspire you to write a song. Like nature, love,
Never heard you say
fear. I just did it yesterday.
Well, I know, but it's first of all.
Yeah, like I wrote all these words to, like, you know.
That's some good creative energy. Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I'm like, I should journal, but I'm like, I can't. That's too personal. You know, it's like it's about me, and like if I just like write a poem or
Cheers.
a song, you know.
We got Sam in the house. Sam's over in Australia. Cheers, Sam. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well, brother. Great to have you on.
What's up, Sam?
Sam's like 14 hours ahead of us. So.
Come on, Blake. Let's go.
But yeah, one of the shows I just recorded was Under the Banner of Heaven. I'm looking forward to watching.
What is it?
Under the Banner of Heaven. It was with the guy that used to be the last
so
Spider-Man. I haven't watched it yet.
That is so good. Did somebody watch that show? It is.
I
told you to watch that.
I haven't watched it yet.
Evan?
Nope, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to watch it. It's recorded right now.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. That guy used to be like, he was the second Spider-Man. He was the one before the last Spider-Man.
Yeah. But I mean, that's based on a true story.
Yeah.
It's like the Mormons.
Yeah.
Like there was a Mormon guy, but he was a cop, and then he was John Cheadle. What's his name?
Don Cheadle. Yeah.
Don Cheadle. I think he's the other guy that plays the other cop that doesn't believe what the Spider-Man believes. And the Spider-Man guy is like the Mormon, and he's in this big Mormon community, and then his family takes it too far, and there's murder, and it's not a story. It's very, very good.
Huh.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah, I just started. It's like on this recorded right now. I got like 5 episodes recorded because it was on Hulu first, and now it's on AMC. So I was able to record off that.
Okay. Would you watch it on Hulu?
I don't remember. But I told you I watched it. I was like,
No, I'm not seeing it.
But I just finished the second season of City on the Hill. That's actually a pretty good show. Kevin Bacon on that one.
Never heard of that one.
That's on Showtime. That's pretty good. It's one of those politics, law type shows and stuff, and some good friction between the characters and everything. So you forget Kevin Bacon's a pretty decent actor. You forget about that sometimes. He does some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, he actually does.
Yeah. But speaking of what you call them, so from this week, can't remember last night now, but I gotta look it up here. Lance Reddick. So that was kind of sad to hear. Lance Reddick actually died this week, like age 60, like natural causes, and he was the black guy in John Wick, and was on The Wire and did Star Wars type stuff. But he was a really good actor.
Oh yeah.
I feel like natural causes at 60 is like, unless you have like diabetes or
could be a heart attack.
I think he went like in his sleep or something, so they probably put it natural causes. But it's just like out of nowhere, and that was kind of a big surprise, obviously. But like they just got like John Wick 4 releases tomorrow, I believe. And I guess like a scene in it where he says goodbye to Keanu in the movie, and it's kind of like people are like, it's like perfect time, and I guess for him to go off into the sunset type thing. But it's
what
like
a good way to go out.
But it's like he was huger than I thought he was going to be. Like as far as what I knew him from, but like I said, he was like in some of that Batman animated series. He did voiceovers and different stuff, and kind of crazy. It's just like one of those ones, again, you always say that people leave too soon sometimes when they're younger and stuff like that, but just one of those reminders, like do what you can now because tomorrow's not guaranteed. Yeah. So, but I'm looking forward to seeing John Wick 4. I don't know if you guys watched John Wick movies.
We've watched
them. We've seen them. All three of them.
They killed his dog, right? His dog's gone. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, so the first cut they said was 3 hours and 45 minutes.
I think it was in the second.
And then I guess they're trimming it. I guess they trimmed it down from the 3 hours and 45. But I'm like, give me the director's cut. I'm gonna sit there and watch it for almost 4 hours because I love watching the John Wick flicks.
Right.
Damn. So the whole thing was.
The first cut was 3 hours 45 minutes. Oh. Yeah. So.
Rod, do you like puzzles?
Sometimes. I haven't done them in a while.
If you like to watch a show that will make you like, it's like watching a show and have to like put puzzle pieces together. It's called Dark. And it's that show right there was just like, it's kind of like time travel, a murder show. And it's like, you got to get past because it's a German show. And they like, in the beginning, you notice that their words aren't matching up with their mouth. Mm-hmm. But it is so complicated. But when you are like, oh my God, because it's like the same people travel back in time. It's very complicated, but it is.
So it does like different timelines and everything, which is pretty cool.
It is so good.
Yeah. That's how it was with, what you call it, HBO. God. No, I can't think of the show with Jeffrey. What's his name? It was the sci-fi show they did on HBO that they got canceled.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Let me see. Somebody's gonna probably know in the comments. JT might actually know because he might have watched it as well. It's with the robots and everything.
Oh, the one we watched.
Oh,
Westworld.
Yeah.
Oh,
so when you watch Westworld, it was actually done in different timelines. So that's why I said that's out of place. But it was like at one point they said like one of the reasons they canceled it was because
people couldn't get it.
The intellectual capacity was so high that only there was like 4 or 5% really understood what was actually happening. Because most people couldn't.
I don't know if I can follow this. And I was like, I'm done because it's too much thinking going on.
Well, and even that show, it was like I quit watching that, and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. But then when I went to Dark, I'm like, I don't really understand it. But I got online, and I was like, the time, I was like, I'd look at the timelines, and like, it was such a good show. I was just like, I got online to be like, I don't understand this because this character's the same age in this time period. and they travel through this like time travel thing, and they're the same age as they are in that timeline as this, but then they see people that is in their world at a different age. And so I got online and I'm like, okay, I can kind of like grasp it, but I could probably still watch it again and still be like, I mean, it was so good.
Catch things you didn't catch.
So complicated, but so good.
That's kind of like shows like that make you think a little bit as they're putting together stuff. And
yeah.
It's like when it's,
to a certain extent, like Westworld to me is like, I got so confused so fast on that. I was like, I don't even know.
I think Westworld, though, when I started watching, I didn't realize it was going to be that kind of a show.
Mm-hmm.
And if I would have realized that going in, then I would have been like more prepared to think and try to figure things out.
Maybe that's probably part of it too.
Yeah. I mean, once you got towards the end of it, it was kind of like things definitely matched up more where it kind of pulled a lot more of the stuff together. But it was like, yeah, there was the young Bill versus the old Bill. And who was doing what
it was
where.
so much like jumping around of like, I thought that person was dead. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there alive.
Because the robots never changed, right? They were robots, so they were always looked the same. But then the characters would be like a younger version of the actual people or an older version of them. Right. So once so it was definitely a little bit more.
It was like two storylines at the same time, and it was kind of hard to me. It was kind of hard to figure out which was the crossover or not the cross. You know what I mean? Like which was which.
Yeah, because like you didn't know it was going to be like that kind of a complicated show.
Yeah.
I don't think they did a great job of explaining that at the beginning to realize that. You know what I mean?
Right, but now that we know it's complicated, I could probably start over and be like, "Oh my god, this is." So
but then when you got to the point of it where it was like the android robots were basically fighting for their own survival because they realized their own self-awareness became a whole different type of thing. Like even though they were created, they understood they became self-aware and they didn't want to be shut down. So,
which is kind of like that other show that we both were watching, where the AI, the robots that they came to this other planet,
father and mother,
and they were AI, and they had like all these kids, and then the mother was an AI. But
we're talking about the one with the ship on the planet. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Watch the second season.
We haven't watched.
Watch the next season.
That was interesting because of the whole religious type conflict within it.
Yes, because it was like it's like.
Because the atheists started becoming a little bit more of the believer, the believers becoming a little bit more of the atheist type.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Well, I don't know because we never watched the second season.
We haven't watched the second season.
Did you watch it?
Oh yeah. Second season starts to pan out more stuff on it. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to pick that. We need to pick that up because that was very. I love sci-fi. Like I love sci-fi.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other one. Like Lance Reddick, he was in. He was in that show Fringe. I guess I never watched Fringe, but that was another big show he was in. That people were remembering him from the role he did there, which was sci-fi, I think, on Fox. So
yeah. But it's like now I'm like I don't want to start any shows that's like 10 seasons or like 4 seasons is my max because I get so like obsessed with stuff. I'm like.
That's why all the British shows are so good because they end in like 2 or 3 seasons. Like, all right, we're done. They don't go on and on.
Well, you try to watch like Peaky Blinders, and it's like, when is it coming back? I still got to watch Luther. I need to watch that this weekend. I'm glad they brought back that movie.
We started watching Peaky Blinders, and then
it's so good.
I thought, well, I don't know why. I want to keep watching it, but
ADD.
She didn't. She watches 5,000 shows at one time.
Squid Game season 2 will be back. Squid Game.
Listen, so here's the thing. Like, remember back in the day before we could have access to all the seasons at one time?
Mm-hmm.
And so we could only watch a show on a certain night. And we'd be watching like 10 shows. 1 show each night of 2 shows each night of the week or whatever. So Todd's like, you keep watching. I'm like, yeah.
No, it's not that you watch different ones. It's you watch a different one and never pick it back up again. You watch 15 different shows and never watch to the end.
Well, you can keep watching those shows.
I'm not saying me. I'm saying you. I'll walk in the bedroom every single night and I'm like, what are you watching? It's a different show every single time. And you've never even watched it more than 1 episode or 2 maybe or the other one. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
it's not catching her. It's not catching her attention.
10 times, 10.
Yeah, I
Sometimes
still.
what she's
I've
watching.
I've seen more stuff on Poker Face. I do kind of want to check it out, but I just
I've
haven't
never
got
heard
around
about
to
I
it.
heard it
Poker
was
Face.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
That's the
Poker
one
Face?
with the what's her name in American Pie, the curly hair girl.
She can read people and stuff like that and everything. Yeah.
Hang on, I'll show you.
It's not Lady
Oh,
Gaga.
the one that played in Russian Doll.
Yes.
Have you watched Russian Doll on Netflix? That is a very good show too.
I have not.
It's like a Groundhog Day kind of thing, which is always like I don't want to watch a show that's going to repeat things every episode, but it's very good.
Wow, Poker Face has 99% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people liked it. I just haven't watched it yet.
I haven't either. It gets like an 8 something on IMDb.
Yeah.
So.
Look up what Dark
Which
gets.
that was great, especially the first season. JT said so. He's watched it.
I love Russian Doll. Yes.
We watched the first season. That was it.
And then it took like 2 years for the second season to come out because we watched it before.
Well,
COVID.
was that because of COVID? Yeah, because COVID.
Yeah.
Slowed down.
And I mean, you can't expect me to like.
Well, it's like Perry Mason. Like we're watching season 2 now, but it started right before COVID. So
No,
yeah,
but Rod, look up what the Rotten Tomatoes score is on Dark.
Dark. It's a permanent science fiction thriller.
It's 8.7 on IMDb. So
Yeah, but what about,
it's 95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah.
Hmm.
It's a very complicated, good show.
And that's on which channel?
Netflix.
But it's over. It's at 2017 to 2020.
Yeah, it had.
But see, that's the thing. Like, I want to watch stuff that's still rolling. Like, I always feel like.
Well, I bet you if you watched it, you would be like, "I'm glad this ended," because my mind can't.
Yeah, I think it's a psychological thing because, like, like you could watch a movie, right?
Yeah.
And a movie's over in 2 hours. Why can't you watch a show that ends in after a few seasons? I don't know. It's just like a psychological thing, probably.
I know,
I mean,
right? Yeah. Right.
Well,
it's a money thing.
Yes, Natasha Lyonne. She's the one that's the lead person there.
Yeah,
on,
Natasha
Poker Face.
Lyonne and Russian Doll. Yeah,
What's up, Brandon? Cheers, my friend.
the one you were all just. And she played in The Orange Is the New Black too.
Yes, she did.
I've never seen that show, but I've heard a lot about it.
And American Pie.
Yeah, and an American Pie. Yeah, Orange Is the New Black. We watched it, and then it got a little kind of like, eh. Like, he's the type who's like, if we start watching it, we need to finish it. And I'm like, I'm going to watch it until I enjoy it anymore.
No, I don't. If it starts, don't care, whatever. Like, I used to watch Grey's Anatomy forever, but I gave up on it.
Yeah, I did too.
I gave up. I was like,
Wasn't Grey's Anatomy just like another ER, though?
Oh, my God.
kinda was, yeah.
Yes, but it does not compare to ER. ER was like, I never gave up on ER. Like,
no, I'm just saying, I'm not opposed to starting shows and not finishing it if it doesn't,
you
if
just.
if I don't want to get in and
Yeah,
watch it, but I'm like, you watch a show, watch one episode, don't give it a chance, and you're on to something else. That's
Yeah.
the things like. How
But
do
if
you
it's
know
not,
one episode?
I
though?
don't,
I
but-
know.
but if it doesn't catch your attention, I can understand why you're like, it's not for me.
But
Like,
a
you
lot
want
of-
stuff to
A
catch your
lot of
attention.
shows don't catch your attention.
But then I
after
come
one
back
episode, though.
sometimes. Like Schitt's Creek. Like, I tried to, everybody's like, watch Schitt's Creek.
I never watched that, but I heard that was a pretty funny show.
Oh, it's really good.
I started it like 3 times and I'm like, I just cannot get into it. And then finally I'm like, all right, I'm just going to like, it's like one of my most favorite now. I'm like, I get it. The Office was the same way.
What was like Snowfall? She started watching Snowfall. She's like, there's too many things going on.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's too many characters.
I'm like, you watch Game of Thrones. There's never a show that's got more characters than Game of Thrones.
Well, it's like
The whole thing's like, there's like 3 sides of Snowfall.
Well, it's kind of like Seinfeld. I started watching Seinfeld to the repeats. I never watched it when it was running live, really.
I didn't either.
And then the reruns would pick me up when I watched it on stuff.
I never watched that and never watched Friends.
For a good thing about Cheers was, Cheers. It was a good show back in the day for sure. Are you messing with me ever? So like you never watched Cheers? Like you might be.
Cheers was good.
Cheers was a good one.
So was Coach. I love Coach too.
Oh my God, I loved Coach.
So everybody knows your
So glad you
name.
brought that up. I loved Coach so much. Coach,
Yeah, but Woody Harrelson coming in was a great play on their part. He was a great fit for that show.
He's a great fit in anything he does. Like, I've never seen Woody Harrelson do something that I'm like, eh.
Yeah. Which reminds me, I still need to watch Zombieland 2. I haven't watched that yet.
Zombie what?
Zombieland 2.
Oh.
Yeah. First one was Zombieland. He was good in.
No, there was
Never
a
seen
Zombieland. No, I saw Zombieland, but I didn't know there was a second.
People say that, JT, but I still laugh at a lot of the Seinfeld episodes. I mean, it's all.
I don't like. I never like.
It's
I
like
never,
where
I thought some of it was good too.
I think it's where it fits in a whole new culture society that we're kind of in. But
Seinfeld never got me.
Like a lot of Larry David shows, I think it's funny. Also, I never watched it all, but I've seen enough of them. Like that's pretty good.
Your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing is, when you kind of watch Seinfeld, like that's the whole funny thing about the final episode. Like they're almost like they weren't like great people type thing. Like they're always doing stuff to ridicule others or doing stuff that shouldn't have been done type thing, which is why they end up getting arrested type stuff. But it's kind of like it's still funny on some of the stuff they actually have that actually happened on there. I get the humor. I know everybody's like kind of a little bit more PC Karen or whatever it may be, but there's some funny stuff that they actually had on there. So.
And it actually was like a show about nothing because it really wasn't really about anything. Like,
it wasn't. The funny thing about Seinfeld, they were able to capture it was a show about nothing, but at the same point, it was something we could all kind of see parts in on stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we knew this type of person that we knew a person that acted a certain way or whatever, and it would fit something they were actually talking about it. So like the whole the soup Nazi type thing, it was kind of like
Seinfeld was where Karen began. I feel like Karen was on Seinfeld at some point or another. You know what I mean? Kind like before Karen was an actual thing. I feel like that was on Seinfeld.
Yeah. I mean, the whole episode, like with the double dip, like we've all been at parties and you see somebody double dip into the salsa. It's like, you can't double dip. Like George double dips at the party or whatever. There's like this whole big thing. The episode wrapped around him double dipping.
Okay, Rod, who was your favorite character on Seinfeld?
On Seinfeld?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Kramer?
No.
Kramer was not.
You didn't even like Seinfeld.
I know, but I loved Kramer.
I think of all the characters, it was probably George.
She hates George. She doesn't like him in period.
I thought George was hilarious because he was just a blunt enough for like George pulled off the triple
gravy.
Well, the gravy's not done yet.
It's like George pulled off the trifecta. He's like telling Jerry, like, if I can pull it off and I can sleep with her, and at the same point I can listen to the sports game and have a sandwich. Jerry's like, that's the whole trifecta if you can do that. And he like had the episode where he actually went in and did that. It was like he's under the covers with a sandwich and doing what he's doing, and he's got the headset in his ear with the sports game on.
Shane wants to know if you ever watched Pretty Woman.
Oh yeah, I've seen the movie.
That's why I don't like George.
That's why she doesn't like George.
This one role. That's acting. That's just one role.
I know, but she always sees that. She doesn't like him in anything. It doesn't matter what it is. She doesn't like him in period.
Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, that's how I feel.
I didn't like Samuel L. Jackson in Django, but I don't hold it against him. I mean, that was the role he had to play.
You're more like evolved than me, Rod.
In what? In Django?
In Django, I didn't like Samuel L. Jackson in that role. You're like,
more evolved than me.
I mean, yeah. You can't, yeah. So, God, we need to. It's like 11:54. We need to shut it down at some point. What is she making? Like she said, gravy or something.
Some biscuits. Well, I don't know. She's doing her.
Well, it's making biscuits and gravy.
I feel like she's making a poutine or something over there. She has so much stuff going on.
And the biscuits got done before the gravy, so then I just got the butter and the jelly out, and I was having a buttered jelly biscuit.
You're sleeping in the
gravy. So.
I'll just heat it up tomorrow, and I'll have it tomorrow.
And you're sleeping in tomorrow, right? Like,
yeah, I don't have to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I figured.
Because the last 2 episodes come out tonight for Davy Jones and the Six.
Oh, There you go.
I'm telling you, it's so good. Oh, I love it so much.
Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yes. It's like an 8. I think it's 7.8 or an 8 on IMDb.
I never heard of it until you said something about
I've
it.
never heard of it either.
It just came out very recently.
American musical drama. Based on a 2019 novel of the same name by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
I started listening to the book on my Audible.
Let's see if there's any rating on it. Let's see. It's a new series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first season.
It'll probably be the only season because it's a book. One book.
Oh, they can grow it out from that. It can just be the beginning of it. Rotten Tomatoes is 71%, which is like 3.5 stars. So it's not bad.
Maybe it just speaks to me more than it speaks to other people.
Daisy Jones in the Sixth Review. Not even Elvis's grandkid can save the 70s rock and roll saga. Wow, that's a.
Well, maybe it's also the period you're feeling like music, whatever. So maybe that.
Yes, I'm very, very into music right now, and I'm just like.
What's the period? The 70s?
70s, yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, it speaks to me. It might not speak to you, but it speaks to me.
70s had some pretty good music back then.
The best. I mean.
Well, they would do the original stuff, don't they?
Yeah, all the songs they sing, they made for the
That's what I'm
show.
saying. It's not like a 70s soundtrack or something.
No. It's all original
stuff. Yeah.
I thought Roger Ebert was dead, but apparently not. He gave it 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I think Gene Siskel is dead.
Siskel's dead? I thought Ebert was the one with throat cancer or something.
Or one of them is dead.
Yeah. As a kid, I used to watch Siskel Ebert. I used to love watching some of the trailer stuff in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, coming to you live from the Waffle House where Shannon's whipping up some biscuits and gravy here. It is that Waffle House hour. I think we'll go ahead and wrap up. 11:57. I know I gotta go to work in the morning. I know Todd has to go to work in the morning. Someone gets to sleep in, so she's enjoying herself.
Not all that lucky.
Yeah. But no, it was is she coming back? What is she doing?
Yeah, she'll be back in a second.
Okay. Wait for her to come back. We just sign off.
Florida Atlantic beat Tennessee tonight, so
they did win that game. Wow. Well, Gonzaga's up 6 now against UCLA.
Yeah. 3 minutes to go. Yeah, Florida Atlantic won by 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I just saw the final up there. Does anybody else watch Drew Timmy play? And you just kind of want to say the Timmy voice from South Park when you see it from stuff.
Oh, it's the same thing. Timmy. Yeah, that's what Shane said, like from South Park.
Good job, Jimmy.
Oh, I didn't realize K-State won in overtime against Michigan State.
Yeah, it was a high-scoring game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only one that wasn't really close was the Arkansas game.
All right, she's back now.
All right.
Night Rod. I tried to do really good.
You did great. You did great, but we're going to sign off now because we need to get some rest.
Got it.
And, 2 of the 3 of us have to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I must sleep till 4:00 p.m. tomorrow.
Probably will.
Nobody likes a braggart, so yeah. As Shannon enjoys her.
How's it feel?
Yeah. As Shannon.
I wish I will, but I won't.
As Shannon enjoys her biscuits and gravy and gets ready to watch Daisy and the Six before sleeping in.
It might be out because it's already technically Friday.
Yeah.
No post, not yet, but it will be here in a second.
Before deciding to sleep in, we're going to go ahead and get signed off here. So thanks for everybody that tuned in and put up with us for another Toss One Back Thursday evening. And then we'll be back next week with another show. And It'll be the end of the month, so maybe we'll have some guests on here as well. Gotta get the dog in there too. Dog's gotta bark, you know.
Of course.
Everybody wants representation, so yeah.
Yeah, right. What about me? What about me?
You too, Trez. Have a great weekend. JT, you as well.
Trez,
So we look forward to catching up with you guys soon. And
see you
that
next
being
week.
said, I guess we're out. Cheers, everybody.